Well, 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 traders. We find ourselves in a peculiar situation here. Cheers to the AA meeting that we may not deserve, but we need. My first AA meeting, by the way. The first one I've been to, especially where I've been drinking. Put in the comment section, as Kvon, McCartney, and Isaiah have, what your name is and what are your struggles and vulnerabilities. I'm just going to dive in here real quick. I've been playing around with the whiteboard. You guys want to see what the beautiful P&L looks like? Look, this is AA. So, hear me out. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. This is where we're vulnerable, right? This is where we confess. Think of this as a confessional, okay? What we say in here stays in here, okay? What you guys sipping on tonight in our AA meeting? All right, so my beautiful whiteboard. Let's bring her out. I want to show you guys real quick the P&L curve, okay? So the P&L curve since the beginning of the year. Make sure you guys can see. The first few months, we were doing this right here. We were doing this, blah, 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 up, down, sideways. Fees started getting taken out, and then month by month, boop, 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 boop. Now, what do you think we should do with a P&L curve that goes sideways and then just starts tanking? You know, I've mentioned a quote there before, right? Little quote that for some reason I don't adhere to. Huh? You guys know what it is? Don't eat like a bird and shit like a rhino. For some reason, I love to do that with this account, even today, which we're going to dive into. Cheers. First AA meeting. We're going to get our hour chip tonight. Sober from the market. All right, so what do we do with the P&L curve that looks like that? Well, one thing we could do is just flip the damn whiteboard over. And then we're straight up. Just press the other button. No, that's not necessarily the struggle. The struggle is everything that's listed right here. A, size into winners. And I'm coining this phrase, by the way. This is going to get coined. All right? Wicked. Isaiah, you with me with this? We top ticked a lot of tickers. I'm reducing it to one syllable, okay? I don't like saying top ticked anymore. From now on, it's coined here today because it's going to stick Friday, May 2nd. Wicked. W-I-C-K apostrophe D. Wicked. It's wicked, but it's wicked. If I top tick something, I wicked it. All right? Because we wicked a lot. So, what I've done the last few months. Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm confessing to you guys the last few months. I have ate like a bird and shat like a rhino. It's been awful. It's been awful. Focus more on the losers, not sizing into the winners. Even with that ADIL trade today, Isaiah, it's killing me. Going back and looking at that at 65 cents. Why am I so anxious to take profits? And the losers I'm okay with sitting in all damn day. I'm content with eating like a bird, shitting like a rhino. That's got to change. That's got to change so we see that equity curve go the other way. We can turn the whiteboard upside down. All right, that's my confessional. Now I want to start with you guys. Let's have some confessing. This is the green team where we discuss our struggles and our vulnerabilities. So Kvon, my name is Kvon. I'm an alcoholic. Cheers. The market is your drink of choice. Once it hits your lips, You can't stop. So you're a degenerate too, huh? Can't stop once the market hits the lips. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. Hey, we could be off doing something worse, you know? Could be off doing something worse. Not too bad. McCartney, your name is Mal. Am I saying that right? Mal McCartney. What I lose in cash, I make up in lessons. So, market tuition. Let's go a little deeper, though. Let's really dive into our trading flaws. We need to expose them, right? You don't correct things that are not fully exposed. You just brush them under the rug otherwise. So we're being completely vulnerable in here. And that's what I've been doing with these small accounts. You guys are going to see everything live in hindsight here. I mean, we're going to do small accounts until they're big accounts. All right, that's what we're doing in here. We're going to the top regardless. Isaiah, my name is Isaiah. I'm a FOMO-holic. Slowly on the road to recovery, but still struggling with accepting loss. Okay, there's a couple things there, right? I haven't really seen you struggle much with FOMO. Yeah, you've been fairly disciplined for the trades I've seen you take. The accepting the loss, I mean, I see that. Saw that today on Pony, which I couldn't blame you for because, look, I did the same thing a lot. I did it like 4 or 5 times, having to stop and literally just dragging it further and further away. And it did not help any time that I did that. Not once. And it's a good thing because otherwise I would have learned the wrong lesson. It would have been, results-oriented trading versus the process-oriented. So that is, you got to focus on the process, not necessarily the results, which is atypical of newer traders to do that because traders want to jump in. They see people making money so effortlessly, and they think they can do it as well. It's like seeing, professional athletes. As in my book, I gave the example of just on the ski slopes or snowboarding or whatever, just going up, doing flips and tricks and yada yada. And it just looks so effortless. It looks so effortless, and they think they can go out and do it, and then they get wrecked and lose everything. It can become effortless. In fact, I've known traders that trading is very effortless. It is literally more difficult for some of these traders I've known to pick up a $100 bill off the ground than it is to make $100 trading. I'm not even joking you. It's much easier to just be like, click. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I know it's within reach. We're going to get there. If you guys are part of this channel, we're getting there. I'm dragging your booties to consistency as well as mine. We're going to get there. Kvon, common issues. I let a few losers ruin my month. So those outlier trades that we've discussed, letting them, and, and Kvon and I talk all the time. And we're very aware and I have identified that issue, but still it is one that has to be faced like every single day. So at least you're very aware, you confront this issue, you know it's there, it's just when you start fighting, just stopping out of it, it's so difficult. F Sales needs help, lost over $150,000 in the last 2 years. Okay, well, this is Day Traders Anonymous AA meeting, so talk to us about it. What's going on? Have you been buying high, hoping higher? Have you been swinging for the fences, deer in headlights, holding and hoping, chasing tickers up, fear of missing out? There's 4 day trading fears. Have you identified? Give us a little depth on it, and we can help you out. While you're typing that out, and look, we're here to help each other out. I know it's not easy to discuss our trading flaws. Not easy, because all you see out there are people having massive day trading success. Because that's the people out there those are who are, posting out there, because that's what draws in whatever their subscribers and their chat room revenue and all that. In here, we're about helping each other out. I'm a man of integrity. Now, I am at 31 nearly in a few days. I wanna die a happy man, hopefully in 50 years, knowing I pursued this with all I possibly could, Even on my deathbed, I'm going to be trading. Hopefully I get a good trade on my deathbed. All right, so something that we need to focus on. Oh, today I even wicked something. Wicked it. Like I said, MG, I'm coining this. Wicked. Start you with a wick. What do you do with the wicked? You top tick it. God dang it! I'm like the top tick king. It's so annoying. Did it on one ticker today too. But here's what we're doing from here on out to get that equity curve to turn around. I just don't know. Let me show you guys something real quick while I have you. And then MG, I'm going to dive into. I'm going to show you something real quick. So bear with me. ADIL. I think, Isaiah, you hit this today as well. Why was I so anxious? See, I'm confessing to you guys. So anxious to get out of this. Look at this sloppy seconds move. Hit it so perfectly. And just took it right away when it dropped 15 cents. And the thing faded another 33 cents. That would have been like, that's what I'm saying. Maybe take half off, let the rest ride. It's always See, there's my confessions. That ticker right there messed me up in the head. I'm like, Kevin, I've been focused in on not taking it all. All my losers today I held long, and ADIL I got rid of quick. Dumb. Absolutely stupid. All right, so a few of you guys have pointed this out. A plus setups. So we're going to do quality over quantity. I've been overtrading the hell out of these tickers. We're going to focus on better entries to get the win rate up, and then we're going to size into the winners. Now, starting small, we're going to start small. F cells, are you? Everything from chasing to options for bad nowadays. Stop starting future trade. I'll get very serious, F sales. If you're being serious, let me know. You're being serious, right? We can get down into it. MG, a year. My name is MG, dude. A year and a half. That's it as a trader. Nice, dude. You're doing very well. On last year full-time red, I could manage to turn from red all-time to green more often so far. To green. All the positive changes happened after following Mr. Kevin Avery. Well, let's keep it that way. Glad to hear, MG. Thank you for the kind words. And I'm very happy to hear of your success right now. You're doing very well. For only trading a year and a half, you're doing real well with taking the opposite side of the trade, as in the unpopular. Most people, it takes a little bit longer to gravitate towards that realm where you're taking the opposite side of the move. Rather than buying something going up, you're kind of shorting into it. Yeah, I mean, so the options, I haven't heard of a lot of success stories there. It's kind of seems a little riskier. F sales, you're in the right place. There's a few. This is a good team right here. We got a lot of good guys that are open and honest, and are not gonna try to tell you one thing to try to sell you something or this or that. We're in this grind together. So that's what the green team here is for. But if you are behind on bills and credit cards on default, should I stop trading overall? All right. All right. I mean, we're in an AA meeting, right? It's an intervention, so we can be honest. You're asking, F sales. My heart aches for you in that situation. But here's the thing. With trading, I've mentioned before, you should never use money that you need is called sacred money. You should never use sacred money. Sacred money is that in which you need for food, for rent, for bills, for credit cards, for paying off all that. You should never use sacred money. Why is that? Well, it's because the emotions are heightened with those trades. And when the emotions are heightened, it clouds our judgment. And when your judgment's clouded, it produces bad results for the trading. It needs to be money that is you can afford to lose. It alleviates the emotions. So yes, I would pause the trading if I were you. But if you have the itch that needs to be scratched, I would suggest, because I'm right there with you, I have a very large itch as far as trading world goes that needs to be scratched. I would paper trade. I would paper trade to scratch that itch. At least you're getting the experience in the market. It is a huge part of it. I mean, for those that have traded for a very long time, they recognize. After a while, I had this conversation yesterday with a veteran trader that ultimately the trading comes down to your mindset after a while. Because once you've seen these tickers for years and years, I mean, you know all the patterns. You know what you're seeing. It's not that's not what makes the difference on the account. It's more so the emotions. Are you staying disciplined? Are you stopping out well? Are you letting the winners run? Like I effed up on ADIL today. It's like I see the pattern. I saw the sloppy seconds pattern. It's a great pattern, but not letting them work for you, man. So, yeah, there's things like that we have to confront, recognize. That's why we're having this intervention right now. And thank you for being vulnerable, and I hope that's helpful. Not trying to be honest with you. Mr. Keith in the building. Yeah, we haven't been gone too long, 17 minutes, but the first 17 minutes we were going over some very important things, Keith. F Sales, a follower, you're doing Uber right now, so a bit distracted. Hey, Keith probably is right now doing Instacart, so you guys can probably touch base. Yeah, Keith is. My name's Keith. I like to overtrade and give my money to Wall Street. Yeah, F Sales. I mean, that's okay if it's an amount of money that you can afford to lose and still keep some skin in the game, so that way you're fully learning, but fully expect to potentially lose it in the tuition that one of you mentioned a little earlier. Mr. McCartney mentioned that. As far as what I lose in cash, I make up for in lessons. Make sure in this amount that you're okay with to lose in your tuition for trading. So I think that is a fine idea. So Keith, what are you on tonight, man? You're Keith hardly trades sober. I mean, this AA meeting's probably unusual to him, but he hardly trades sober. All right, so the Whiteboard Talk. We're getting into the nitty-gritty, down and dirty. Don't eat like a bird, shit like a rhino. That is my main thing. With this account that we're going to be running here next. It's such like the natural tendency. That's what kills me and everybody else in trading. Human behavior never changes in the market. It just doesn't. You see people buying high, hoping higher. The tickers, the FOMO is always there, and then you get the capitulation. It literally happens every single day for 10 years that I've been looking at it. It's the emotions, the human behavior just doesn't change. And what also doesn't change is my dumbass ways, my terrible tendencies. So, moving forward, I'm telling you guys, you got to trade with conviction. That's why the equity curve on the account with the fees, not sizing into the winners, but going sideways, essentially just sideways since the start of the year. little red with the fees and little red with the account, but broke rules a few times, 4 or 5 times. I adjusted the stop and should not have. That was a bad whoops. Setting hard stops is something I'm doing. I'm still keeping up with that, but trade with conviction on the winners. When you have a winner, let it work, size into it. Now, one thing I'm trying to figure out if I should do, and I want you guys, your opinion, because we're all here in a circle, sitting in these hard chairs discussing this. I'm contemplating whether I guess I'm contemplating whether I should take like half off and then size into it some more and then, risk break even. Or I guess just the profit target areas. Like if we were to look at this ADIL, for example, this is a perfect play. This is exactly what I want to do for my big green days, right? I mean, this one winner would have taken care of all the losers today. I shorted this on the sloppy seconds pop and took it all right into this damn pullback. Just awful. What do I do here? Do I take half off on the pop, size back into it, and then adjust the stop to break even? Or do I just continually hit it for the unwind all day? That is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm thinking about it, considering it, but I want your opinions on that. Because we got to stop doing I'm saying, we got to start eating like a rhino, not like a bird. Otherwise, the account's going sideways. I cannot be so eager to take off the profits. The hard stops are fine. The hard stops need to be good. I said this before. I've had a higher win rate, and it doesn't matter that much. Too much significance is put on the win rate. I think a small win rate's fine. Low win rate's fine. You just got to let your winners work. So it's going to reduce my winning trade. But when I size into an ADIL and it works all day, let's just say with 500 shares and, taking 20 pops up, hitting it again, taking 20, maybe profit taken along the way, but always leaving some wiggle room. And then you're making some good bank on it, $150 to $200, and your losers are all like 20, 20, 20, 20. You're having quite a few losers, but the stop's going to be tighter. Mr. Fades in the building. Mr. Fades jumping in. What's going on, man? You drinking those 3 beers tonight? Keith, I always just throw in $400 to $600 a month, blow it, and repeat. Well, I mean, you can deduct, $3,000 a year? So, just bear that in mind. Nice deduction. Breaking even is really good. That means phase 3 around the corner for a blast off. I think so. I think we're on the right path. I'm optimistic here. There clearly needs to be some changes, though. There's got to be changes. If you're going sideways, there's some things I'm doing wrong. So I'm trying to address them. That's why we're having this intervention. Fades is addressing you. F sales. What's the daily chart look like? Dude, I love these this is why I love these penny plays, Kvon, because the daily is beautiful on it. I mean, look at this. It popped right up to the 120. The magic 20-cent area I always go over. You heard it first here. 120. Popped right up there. Gave it all back. And sometimes these don't really work with the overall market. They literally do their own thing, which is kind of beautiful. But hit that resistance, gave it all back. Now, should you expect the ticker to give it all back? You should never expect anything, right? Expectations kill the trading account. For one, you have to assume the risk. You got to bear that in mind. Assume that there's risk on it. Have zero expectations. They're going to wreck you. You don't know what trades are going to be the winners or the losers. You're trading the random distribution of winners and losers. That's what defines an edge. The random distribution between winners and losers, not focusing and tunneling in on one trade. So you heard it first here. The thing is, with this account, I'm going to be sizing small, pretty much sizing probably how I have been. Initially, what's going to be different is on the ADILs, I'm going to be smacking them for more shares. And if upon confirmation, the risk needs to be tight still. I need to really bear in mind the risk. Focus on good entries. Focus on better entries. Quantity over quality, as you've heard. But I gotta stop with the wicks. Wicking them. That's the new term I'm coining. Wicked it. Dude, I wicked so many tickers in the last 4 months. I can't even bear to tell you guys. Probably at least 10 plus. At least 10 plus wicked them. Very top. Very damn top. Alright, the robe's coming off. It's getting toasted. And that messes with your emotions, right? And that's honestly what effed me up too on a few different trades, because I'd wick them, and then the next trade I'm like, hell no, I ain't top ticking this. All right, and that's not good. That's not good. That has very poor implications on the bottom line performance doing that, because then you're going to not do what amateurs do, not adhere to your risk parameters, adjust the risk mid-trade. It never worked. It never worked well. On a $1,000 account, had many $100+ losers doing that, adjusting them. It's awful. Please, God. And that's why I like to focus multiple trades. And that's another thing. If I'm sizing into winners, it's going to be difficult to do that. But I do focus on multiple trades because I like to distract myself from tunneling in one trade, if that makes sense. But look at something like this, guys, where you got the CEP. CEP is in this beautiful triangle. And it's like a bouncy ball that it's bouncing, but the bounces are getting lighter and lighter, smaller and smaller, and volume's kind of getting small too. And you crack that upon confirmation, dude. Size into it. Why not? Why would you not size into it, Kevin? It's something I've always struggled with, but it has to change. If we're growing a small account, we have to learn to do many uncomfortable things. One of the uncomfortable things that I've gotten pretty good at is taking the opposite side of the trade. You guys know, as a means diversion trader, a contrarian trader, I'm doing what the unpopular thing that the 90%ers are not doing. That's taking the opposite side of the move. So shorting into euphoria, buying fear at support. But additionally, it's not just about the entry, the trade along the way, the journey, and the exit itself. There's a lot to that as well, almost equally as important, the exits. So what needs to happen now is, to grow the account, is I have got to size the winners. You've heard it first here. This is the intervention. Talking struggles. I want you guys to keep throwing your struggles out too, because this is our AA meeting. I don't want this all to be about me. You guys know already. This is the confessional. You know what I've been doing poorly. I'm hoping you're learning from it as well. The winners are too small. They're too small. I'm telling you guys right now, it's gonna bring the win rate down, but that's okay. Because win rate's gonna be smaller because I'm gonna be stopping out more. But once we get this CEP or ADIL today, and you scale into it and the thing drops 10 points like this, it's going to be massive. You've got to do uncomfortable things. That's when you find success with trading. When you start doing uncomfortable things, they're unnatural to you. Taking the opposite side of the trade, sizing into a winner and really effing up your average. It screws up your average entirely, and that's what's uncomfortable about it. What's odd is and I'm so glad we're having this intervention, because I'm recognizing these things as I'm talking to you about them and my mistakes with them. Because sizing into losers is way more comfortable. It's way more comfortable, which probably means that's the wrong thing to do. Sizing into losers. It's way more comfortable because your average, you're working your average better. Your average is getting better on the long or short side, but the loss is getting more significant. And then you're getting stubborn, and now, because you're sizing into it so much, increased size equals increased bias. And increased bias equals deer in headlights, pretty much. Deer in headlights, and that's what we want to avoid. So broke rules definitely 5 or 6 times in the last 4 months, and I'm going to do my best. And being in the live chat, helps keep me accountable for that. I want you guys to be accountable too. One thing I suggest to you guys, so those that are trading live with us every day, something I would like you guys to do is post your trades. So before you get into the trade, say, hey, I'm taking XYZ, my entry, with an entry at this price. I think that could help you guys out too. It helps keep you accountable. And again, this is about you guys too. And this is my success is your success. I want you guys to be very successful. I care about your accounts probably more than you do. I don't have a good day when you guys are red. I want the team to be green. So something that could help as far as keeping you accountable so you don't break rules. Let us know in chat. Say, hey, I think that's smart. Say I'm getting in CEP short 5405, like live as you're doing it. And that way we can see the trade, see if it's a good setup, kind of keep you accountable too, like what are you seeing here, or what's the profit target, and it helps make sure you're accountable. So let's try to do that moving forward. All right, let me catch up with chat here. Scaling after confirmation candle. Yeah, it's all about, it's doing the uncomfortable. It's doing the uncomfortable. I'm telling you guys, I've been in the rooms with the guys with $1 million accounts, and I know what they do. They're taking the scary side of the trade. That's pretty much what it is. Taking the opposite side of the trade that's unpopular and letting the winners run, stopping out quick. Scale in, move stop to break even, then trail it and sell with a hotkey. All right. Yep. I agree. Fades, I traded for 12 hours today. Should have passed my evaluation, but got screwed. That is 12 hours trading. That is a long time. You made 2,000 today, though. Mr. Bob in the building. Just got back to the house. Noticing Enjoyer in here. Do you trade very differently? Yeah. Let us know how you trade. Let us know your strengths and weaknesses in our little AA meeting here tonight. But you think a larger account would help? I don't disagree with you. I think that's the right idea. And just trading with conviction on the setups. Yeah. I don't disagree with you. What are you guys drinking tonight? Got some single barrel John J. Bowman. Copper distilled. Oh, Bob, I butchered today. I wicked one. I wicked one right at the top. Well, let's see. Let me look at it. I don't want to. You know how it goes, man. When you top tick something, I need to step away as soon as I wick them, because I get so tilted. No, I don't think anything tilts me more. Let's do that right now. Let's Dude, we're having some legit confessionals in here, guys, and it's highly appreciated, and I appreciate you guys being vulnerable. It's not easy. But guess what? That's why we're the green team, because you're not going to have any gurus out there that are going to sit down and really try to sharpen the edges out on the accounts. Because why? Well, I don't want to dive into that, but here, we're here to help each other out. Mech Tech. Threw away 6 figures a year for low effort. Lost all my LP connections. Yeah, expound on it. Let us know. I mean, there's several guys in here that have lost a lot of money trading, and that's what we're doing right now. We're having confessional. Because why? I mean, make sure my wife doesn't hear this. The spouses don't get it. You know, the kids definitely don't get it. Your coworkers don't get it. You know, it's this trading world is a band of brothers that trading is in our blood. Somebody posted on a video of mine the other day and said, Kevin, I've been watching you for a long time, and you're married to the market. But I think you would find success in swing trading. And I have found a lot more success in swing trading. But he's right. I was pondering that. I mean, I take what you guys say with high consideration. Highly respect you guys, and I'm going to see your accounts grow, because I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you guys know how to trade and jumpstart your trading careers. Because I've been in every chat room. I've been around the most successful traders. I know what you need. I'm very confident in that. I've always said I can help lay out the blueprint for your success. You got to build the house, and I do too. And that's why, even I can't do it at times, because it's hard. I mean, it is hard. It's the emotions that are the crutch. But yeah, we are in the trenches together. I mean, if this trading is in your blood, then you're married to it. I mean, I won't deny it. When he said that, I'm like, dude, you're right. I mean, I have been married to the market. I have spent tens of thousands of hours staring at tickers. Tens of thousands of hours. And I don't regret it. I'm married to it. Just find your passion and run with it. That's all I mean, to some it may seem crazy, but not to me. So yeah, here I am. Confessional to you guys. MG, coffee to keep you awake at 3 a.m. MG. 3 a.m. and sticking around. Appreciate you, MG. That's amazing. Love the loyalty. MechTech, loving this market. Stops are 4 figures instead of mid 5. Are you swinging? Are you like a swing trader or intraday trader? It's all good. Sized up in SSSS 450. Sold calls at 5 for 10%. Oh, okay, I got you. So you're trading options. Noticing Enjoyer, I love the market and love the process. I mean, it's an addiction, It really is. My girl thinks I'm insane. I got buddies that have been around for 10 years doing this, and I mean, they'll just paper trade to scratch the itch, literally at night, or like Kvon was saying earlier today, hitting like the replay button on Thinkorswim and just retrading the market. It's just in the blood, man. It's in the blood, and no one gets it. No one gets it but us. I mean, I can't. It makes you feel odd, right? You go on a hike and you look at mountains and you're like, ooh, I'm noticing like a bullish uptrend on those mountains. Like higher lows are forming, getting squeezed tighter to upper resistance. We have a ceiling of resistance. Everything you see is related to the market. It's ridiculous. It's such an addiction. Bob, I love it in all caps. F sales, thanks, Kevin. Absolutely. I think, it's a tough road. But, yeah, I think just avoid the sacred money that you need for expenses and whatnot. Keep some skin in the game, but avoid utilizing the sacred money, and you'll be good. At least you have skin in the game to really progress not just your experience and time in the market. What do they say out there? Experience is your best teacher. They say time in the market beats timing the market. I like that saying. It's more related to swing trading, though. Kvon, 24-hour markets coming soon to help with the addiction. All right, 24-hour markets. It's going to be interesting because where's the volatility going to be? Is it going to be at 9:30 still, Eastern? Where's the volatility going to be? But yeah, that ain't going to help with the addiction. Keith, I never wanted to wake up in the morning early, but day trading, I love getting my butt up early and legs shakes like a dog when I'm in a trade. Yeah, I remember, dude, listen, I've been missing out on my cardio exercises for several weeks now. Because I got 2 little kids that are waking up all night and waking me up early. I'm like, I'm not motivated. But then also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, you know what, Kevin? You kind of get a good cardio exercise when you're in a trade. You get the heart racing, get the heartbeat up. Does that count? Does that count for a cardio exercise? I don't know. But yeah, it's you definitely get that heart pumping. I remember my first trade. I don't know. Do you guys remember your first trade? Those that have been trading for a long time. I remember my first trade, very first trade. And it was as you would expect, buying high and hoping higher. I have made it through all that BS. So now that I can help you guys to not make the same mistakes. Because yes, pretty much any horror story you can think of. I mean, not everyone, but I've been involved in a lot of nightmares. Like buying something immediately as an offering comes out. Things like that. There's a reason for my rules, such as not buying something in pre-market. I just don't do it because of the offerings. Some of you do very well in pre-market, but I bought a ticker and offering comes out, and next thing you know, I'm down like 10 points on something in a matter of seconds. Like, I can't. It's too much pain. You experience the pain in the market. They say the market makes the rich poor and the poor rich. Well, why is that? Well, the rich want to start trading, and they start with a lot of capital because most of us don't have the patience to start small. We want to get going. We want to get that ball rolling. And Jason, yeah, it takes some time, long time to get some consistency. It really, really does. And then you find the consistency, and you have to build on that. It's like the snowball effect. You got to build on that even. So you got to do what we're discussing here tonight, which have been my biggest flaws. And Keith, you remember this, right? So a friend called me the other day, and he said, Kevin, you told me this like 4 years ago, and it stuck with me. You said, because he was a struggling day trader, and as we're all struggling everybody who trades is pretty much struggling day trader. Every single day is a struggle. So he said at the time he was struggling, and he was like, well, you told me, Kevin, or I mentioned his name and said, look, you're in control of the shovel, right? The market is not in control of you. You're the one digging the hole. So what you can do is throw the shovel down and stop digging. You don't have to keep digging deeper. We're all going to take losses. They don't have to be large losses. We're all going to dig a hole, but hopefully it can be just a little hole, not digging a whole moat, We're in control of the shovels, so throw them down. We're in control. We can't control the market, but what you do have control over is your reaction to the market. We can't control the market. You can control your reaction. See, I know what to say. My damn self could actually listen to myself. All right, so we're focused on A+ setups. we're going to stop wicking everything that is top ticking. So we're going to start small, and we're going to size into the winners. Sizing in. So taking the uncomfortable side of the trade, right, which is shorting euphoria, buying fear. Why do 90% of traders lose? They buy high, hope higher, as we all did when we started out. What we're going to be doing, shorting the euphoria at resistance, like I did today with the ADIL. So ADIL today, perfect example of that. Shorted it on sloppy seconds pop up towards the high of day. It had beautiful 120 resistance daily. We look left to predict right. So look left of the chart. That's what that means. You're looking at past chart history. You look left to predict right. And we're not going to marry a ticker. There's so many things to remember, dude. How could you trade? Like, I'm trading until I'm dead, you know? I'm going to be trading on my deathbed. But if I have Alzheimer's, like, this is going to be awful. Dementia, that kind of thing. There's too much to remember. So taking the short into the euphoric move, all uncomfortable. If the trade feels comfortable, don't take it, is essentially what I'm saying. If the trade feels comfortable, take it off. Don't take it. Oh, Coin, the man himself, is in here. All right, I'm going to catch up on chat. Coin, catch up on chat, too. There's been a lot of confessionals in here. Coin, I want you to confess something, too. Coin's a veteran trader. So we're being vulnerable in here. We're discussing weaknesses. You can mention your strengths too, or things that you've improved on. But mention, like, what is the adversity that you face that's your uphill battle. Because what we don't want to do is create downhill habits for our uphill, the problems, uphill issues that we face for our trading account. Uphill battles. We don't want downhill habits. All right. Bob, hooked ever since. Yep. Coin's in the building. You told me that 5 years ago. I remember I was in a bad trade, and you said, well, dude, you have the shovel. You can stop digging whenever you want. Yep. Well, I was preaching to myself, too. Most of what I say is I say because I struggle with. Keith, first trade, made 380 in 3 seconds. Okay, I'm going to stop reading right there. That is a lot of traders the problem. When you first get into trading and you have like a few good green trades, that normally starts as a problem, right? Because you're learning wrong lessons early on, and then you're getting rewarded for it. Third trade up 554, and then 1,000 shares going long, and then lost 1,000 first day. Yeah, I knew that story before I even read it. I mean, that story is pretty much everybody's story when they first start out. MechTech, don't fight the flow. Use whatever tools you want, but systematic flow rules the market. Why fight it? Speaking on like the algorithmic trending of the market. McCartney in the building. My bad habit is buying against the trend. You bought FRGT long at 219 and sold it at 190. It's currently sitting at 163. Buying against the trend is the bad habit. All right, let's take a look. We're helping each other out tonight. All right, FRGT, real quick. You bought it at 219. It did have support down here around $2. So that could have been the risk there. Not too bad. And sitting at 163 right now, so good stop on it. So you're saying you would rather like short with this downward trend than trying to scoop it up near the bottom? You know, I don't mind scooping up fear kind of at the bottom, but with these leading gappers, oftentimes you have so many longs underwater that it just naturally goes sideways and fades. That's what you see a lot of times with those leading gappers like that. Coin, if I could identify my biggest mistakes or errors, great. This is awesome. Tonight is great, guys. You guys are learning from some of the top tier guys. It would be 1. Biggest mistakes, over trading and trading out of boredom. So not taking the best setups. You're trading quantity and not quality. not trading at the best times of the day. My journal tells me that I do the best in the first 2 to 3 hours. After that, I give back a portion of the gains and sometimes all the gains on non-A plus setups. Yeah, perfect. That's like pretty much what we're discussing tonight. That's right on trend with what we're discussing tonight. Taking the quality over the quantity, and I can tell you right now, when I was trading under PDT, I grew an account 1,500 to 5,000, and then immediately I'm like, I'm getting offshore. This PDT rule sucks. I did exactly what you're saying is a problem. Overtraded, and you know what happened. I thought more trades equaled more money, when actually less is more, and KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Less is more, keep it simple, stupid. If you have, and we've discussed this in the live stream in the mornings, if you have like 3, 4, 5 trades in a day and that's it, but they're high quality setups, I mean, that's money in the bank. That's pretty good. If you'd only need a few good setups and you're done. So one of my issues I struggled with a lot. So if you guys are going offshore C-Pro, I advise you don't do this. At the start of the account this year, I got aggressive on the red days. So if I went red, I would try to dig my way, since we're still on that shovel analogy, I would try to dig my way to profits, because naturally you want to be green, right? Rather than throw the shovel to the side, I'm digging myself out of this hole. And then I dig myself to the freaking center of the earth. That's what I do. I try to dig myself out of the holes, and then on the green days, I would take baby green and throw the shovel away. So one thing I'm vulnerable with you guys about in our AA meeting confessionals here, I love trading almost to a crippling point, because I want to be right. Kvon and I talked about this on the phone, how much we love trading and how like we could even scratch the itch, paper trading. It's just we love to trade. So that can pose a problem though, because I want to be right sometimes more than I want to make money. That stuck with me for a while. That I think that's a problem. Like it's time, and that's why I said it's time to eat like a rhino and shit like a bird versus the opposite. You got to do what's uncomfortable and size into these winners, because I want to pad the ego. I want to pad the ego and be right sometimes more than even make money. I love trading to that degree where money isn't even like part of the formula. That can be a problem, especially if you want to take this to the next level. The money has got to be a part of the formula, but you got to recognize that money is a byproduct of mastering the skills necessary, the mental skills necessary to becoming a consistent trader. The money's the byproduct of it. If you're focused money, I'm telling you guys, probably half of you are going to leave, because it's not a popular thing to say, but it's a profitable thing to say. I'm telling you guys, if you focus money, ultimately, even though I'm saying I need to focus money more, if that's the focus, what draws you into trading, the traders are not going to find success. It's pretty much the love of the game where you're going to find success, because those who love doing this are going to have the persistency and perseverance to keep up with it to the point where they'll make it. The money is a byproduct of trading well. It's not focusing the money that gets you there. It's a byproduct. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Y'all keep me talking. I need to start drinking. This is an AA meeting where I'm not supposed to be sober right now. But Coin Journals does his best trading the first couple hours. So he recognizes that's when I need to kind of push the pedal to the metal and otherwise slow it down a little bit. Jason, trade the open volatility. That's it. Be done by 11. That helped me in addition to focusing on the specific strategy. Yeah, you mentioned the other day, the opening range break. So, I was mentioning earlier, if your equity curve is looking like this. You had one little baby winner in there. What do you need to do? Flip the damn computer. Flip your computer and look at that equity curve. I mean, it's almost like hindsight trading, right? You're starting over here. You're kind of uptrending, but backwards. Flip the computer, take the opposite trade. That's what newer traders need to do. They need to take the opposite trade. Buying at the top and holding and hoping never works. I mean, it works, and that's the problem. It works like the first time. That's my first trade. I traded MGT, which was John McAfee's ticker like 10 years ago. That was my first ticker I traded. It was going up. I had fear of missing out. I bought in, made money, and the rest was history. I was like, man, dude, all I got to do is find like the top percent gainers that are spiking up and just ride the wave and buy high, hope higher. I didn't consider risk. Risk? What risk? There is no risk. There's no risk. And then the deer in headlights came shortly thereafter. Deer in headlights. Not fun. I'm telling you guys, and we've all been there, that I've started out trading. That's what bonds us. This AA community, that's what bonds us together. Is we've all stared into the face of adversity. So we've all stared into the headlights of a car with our jaw to the road, our eyes wide open, and saying, I don't know what the hell I just got involved in. I don't even know what ticker this is, but I'm a long-term investor now. So I might want to find out. So you get involved as a long-term investor. You look at the fundamentals thereafter. At first, you're just buying the FOMO up, and then you're like, well, I might ought to know what the fundamentals are here. They look good enough. All right, let me add to this. So you add, and what do I say? Losers add to losers. Losers add to losers, and I don't know. I mean, I've known successful traders that do it, adding to losers. It ain't for me. It increases the bias. I think for newer traders, it's an awful thing. I think I can help teach this way more and better than some of these guys who are wildly successful, because newer traders cannot do that. You cannot add to a loser. I'm fully aware. I'm like, my senses are keenly aware to the newer traders and what they're doing. I sniff it out like a dog. I know exactly the emotions, what they're struggling with, how to help. So I don't know. I don't like to tell people how to trade. But if their strategy is buying high, hoping higher, I mean, I got to step in at some point, right? But everybody's got a different strategy, and there's many different ways of making money in the market. Fades. Did we get a bear to replace the bull yet? Not quite. But that bull, is transgender, I think. Maybe he is kind of like a bear. I don't know. Coin, one thing that's helped me a lot is charting right before or a few hours. Yeah. Have a keen, solid plan on what you're going to do. And then anything that's just, so you have your plan in place is what you're saying. Otherwise, it's kind of like a gamble, like I was doing today, seeing something spike up and just shorting into it. Yeah, I love my hangover plays. I really do, because you know very well where the risk is, and it's easy to size. Those are so easy for me to trade. And I like the sloppy seconds too. Anything that can give you a defined risk. Like the shorting front side is tough because you might not have. When you're shorting into that euphoria, you don't necessarily have the risk yet. I mean, maybe on the daily you do, but intraday, you don't. Fades, yeah, a lot of FOMO's created with kids and Z-Car. Yeah, you can see it. You can see all the blow-ups happening because the traders get involved with KIDZ, and then they feel like they're missing. Dude, I've watched this movie so many times. And I love watching it. I mean, I could watch this all the time. KIDZ, the day one squeezed out a lot of shorts on Thursday. I mean, the price action was tricky, very tricky on KIDZ. Squeezed out shorts, and shorts just kept getting comfortable here. In the longs kept, this is not something I would really trade, but I always pull out the popcorn on it because I like to, because I love trading and I love to watch, and you know exactly what's happening. You know everyone blowing up and who's making money. Really, it's difficult. So like you're saying, the longs see this, and they're like, man, dude, all I got to do is buy and hold. Look, I could have bought at $1 and sold at 10. I mean, all I got to do is buy and hold the next low float ripper. And then what is the next low float ripper? What was it today? Z-Car. Z-Car was the other one. And look what Z-Car did. I mean, Z-Car, $3 to 18, respectable, right? Respectable. But again, tricky. This week has been so tricky on the price action. Look, and that's coming from someone who's watched tens of thousands of hours of this stuff. It's just, I mean, this fake out breakout up here, not too tricky, but like the fact that these things, like kids was so tricky. It would give you do not see this happen often, where you see like a morning spike, it just sell off entirely and then curl all the way back around. It doesn't even have like a euphoric move. We just curl and go sideways and stair step up. We just stair step up all the way up to $10 and then give everything back again. I mean, it's like, how the hell do you get involved with this thing? It's not predictable, right? That's what's aggravating about it. Not a lot of predictability. And you don't find that with some of these overcrowded names. That's why, like, you got to learn with your trading what are some of your rules. So for me, you know, there's money to be made here, but I know it's less predictability, so I'm not going to take the trade, if that makes sense. Similar to the Z-Car. The Z-Car, it's too risky. Yeah, could have made tons of money on this, and some of you did. But it's too risky and a little more unpredictable, so just avoid it. I mean, that's just me. Some of you may find success with that kind of stuff, but I like the slower, easier plays, like the hangovers, the short and fade throughout the day. All right. Let me catch up with chat. Keep confessing, guys. We've had a lot of confessions here tonight. A lot of confessions with some. I mean, I can get into some horror stories too, if you guys want to hear them. I mean, there's been, in regards to trading, there's been a lot, you know, over the years that I've seen suicides, things like that. Massive losses that have defined trading careers. Pretty much seen it all. All right, Coin. You mentioned that on the phone the other day. There's a huge difference between having a plan to buy a zone or adding to a loser. That's all right. Let's be honest though. That's kind of treading some treacherous waters, though, you know, because those can be easily misconstrued. For me, probably for a newer trader too. So it's like, okay, I buy something at $10, it sells. I don't know. You just have to clearly know what that zone is, and I think I know what you're referring to, as in, if you look left of the chart, you're seeing all these upper wicks in a zone. Maybe it's 10 to 1050, you know, but I want to start it on a short at 10 just in case that's going to be the upper shadow top. But God knows I don't want to wick it. So you're saying you're not considering it necessarily a loser through 1050. You may be red on the trade, but red doesn't necessarily mean this is a losing trade. Let me know if I got you. I think that's where you're going. All right. MG, first trade I made 50. On the second day I went long for one trade for my phone, and the broker app got frozen. Oh, you profited 1850? Hang on. It made it work. I found I profited 1850, then red on the daily basis. What? Yeah, fades, they, them. Yeah, McCartney. PLRZ. Oh, that was a miracle trade today. My God, I'm so pissed off that there was no inventory on that. That was such a bread and butter play for the green team in here, man. Oh, what the hell? I can't with this. I can't with this market. What in the world did that thing just do? In after hours. That is why I do not hold. That is why I do not hold after hours. Oh, the hold after hours, man. God bless it. All right, this was a bread and butter play today. PLRZ 120. I mean, the 120 this morning, I go over that magic area all the time. PLRZ 120, that short would have been great. 70 cents, 50 cents a profit, man. My God. What in the hell was this in after hours? What? Nothing. I mean, manipulation. That's all it is, manipulation. This is just... That's why I don't trade after hours pre-market. I mean, all the way up here and then all the way back down. Somebody needed to get out, is what I'm gathering. PLRZ. Somebody needed to get out. But that short this morning would have been gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, that's... I hate to see people lose their trading accounts on something like this in the after hours. That's why I would suggest not holding overnight. Because it's just too... The 24-hour markets, Kvon, when those hit us, it's going to be a little different, right? I mean, maybe you're still going to see some manipulation like this when in the wee hours of the night. I don't know, but that's a tough one. All right, I'm catching up. Keep discussing, guys, your AA talks. We're having confessionals here. People in here have already confessed to losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in trading, so nothing's going to be surprising. If you need to get something off your chest, now's the time, because this group is here to help. We're here to help and be honest with you, so... Yeah. The coin said this a few weeks ago, and it's literally stuck with me for the last couple weeks. And for the last couple weeks, I wished I would have listened to that little voice in my head of Coin saying it, because a couple times I did not listen to it. I'm sorry. I'm confessing, Coin. If your setup invalidates and you start adding, then you're adding to a loser. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, confession. Man, why can't I just listen to the angel on my shoulder? The devil, that's so damn loud. Just always talking too loud in my other ear. Bob, what are your thoughts on the Heiken Ashy candles? I studied it one time and I don't really recall. The Heiken Ashy, I don't recall. If somebody else has experience there, let them know. I haven't used them much. I studied that a few years ago and forget exactly how those work. Coin is a statistical fact that over 60% of the gains and losses are made in the gap ups or gap downs. Yeah. Bob, I've been using them, but feel like I should go back to just regular candlesticks. Some group worked the hell out of it. Yeah. So on PLRZ, some group worked out. Some institution was getting out of it. That's what it was. I mean, coin, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I know you're a points guy at this point, but $1.20 down to 70 cents, or that ADIL trade today, sloppy seconds, 116 down to 67 cents. Here's that one. No, not that one. Here's that one. Yeah, on the sloppy seconds trade there. I mean, it's just relative based on size. You know, you might be trading a $100 ticker that drops 10 points, and that's a 10% move. I guess you can consider the percentages, but $1.20, down to 67 cents. That's nearly a 100% move. So just based on sizing, in my opinion. But coin has gravitated over time. We were discussing this on the phone. He's gravitated over time to where he sees higher predictability, which is on the larger cap plays. He sees the trends there a little bit more predictable. You tell me if I'm wrong, but and I don't disagree with that. I see the trends oftentimes are a little bit more predictable. You're not having the spike ups and spike downs and crazy fluctuations on those plays. So, but you can size down a bit on the higher fluctuation plays to adjust for that. Yeah. Jason, he did pretty well on one of these tickers, so probably not convincing him because he did pretty well on, what was it today? You traded Jason? I don't recall. And I get it. I mean, like, coin's not wrong. It's just there's money to be made on the lower price stuff too. It may come with increased risk. A lot of newer traders do focus on the lower price stuff, and so rather than the mid to large caps, and I do think eventually they'll expand their horizons and focus on a little bit of everything. I like to see it, I don't always trade it like this, but I like to just trade the opportunity as it comes, as I see it from my own experience looking at the tickers over the years. If I see predictability and an opportunity and a decent hand to trade, I'll trade it. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $100. At this point, I've pretty much seen them all and how they work, and the lower price stuff today didn't surprise me. I mean, the highest percent gainers and where there's an overcrowded amount of people, I try to avoid that because I hope this makes sense. I try to avoid that because the overcrowded nature of a ticker creates unpredictability in the movements. Think of kids. Kids, for example, everybody was trading kids. And so, like, It's just the patterns are not really there. I mean, you see something that looks like it's about to sell off, and then it just spikes up because a chat room jumps into it and pumps it up. It's just there's too many people on it. It's bouncing around too much, and it's hard to really find the predictability. So that's where I would agree as far as the lowest float play with all the chat rooms and attention and the hoe of the day, essentially. The hoe of the day that everybody's focused on. But I don't mind. In fades, are you still in here? You trade some of these really well. I'm impressed by fades and the fact that he's shorting some of the popular trades but they were they're not popular anymore. They're not the popular kids anymore. He's trading like the setups that were popular 3, 4, 5 days ago, but are unpopular now. And that's what I like to do on the short. I mean, that's what I would like to do with the hangovers. That's kind of what I do. On the short side, you're focused in on the plays that are not popular today. So what that means in regards to how fades trades is you're focusing in on a ticker that has mostly longs involved in it that are bag holders that are unwinding their positions. Momentum has shifted elsewhere, right? So momentum has shifted to kids, KIDZ, or whatever else out there, but it's no longer in, God, I wish I could remember. NAOV, was that it? NAOV, I think that was the ticker. God, I'm such an addict. How do I remember all this? NAOV, yeah. Fades was in this Thursday, and it was a recent spiker. Yeah, look at this recent spike up to like 15, then up to 6 the other day, and then fades was in this days later on just the slow unwind. Look at this beautiful descending triangle. Has a base forming. I love how he does this. Fades does this with these tickers that are just like all the attention is off of them and taking the short, but it has so many bag holders in it that it just unwinds and they capitulate. And look how prior support turns into resistance up here at 410 and then backs off. Guys, I'm an addict. I'm a full addict. I'm married to the market. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Married to the market. There's no change in it. I've tried to not be married, but I'm addicted. Full degeneracy. But yeah, hey, I'm here to help you guys out. If you're here, I believe you're in the right place because I'm not going to lead you astray. I'm not going to tell you to buy a low float ticker at the top. I know I'm not doing that. So I'm here to assist you guys, but I got to catch up. What are you guys saying? Any more confessions? We've had a lot of confessions here tonight. A lot of traders discussing their big flaws, their big losses. This is intervention time. It's my first AA meeting that I'm showing up to not sober. So, cheers. I haven't traded for like 10 hours. I need my 10-hour chip. I mean, I know how you guys. There's nothing that surprises me. I know how you guys think. You've never blown up a large cap account, but I've blown up several small caps. That's good advice for newer traders, though. But yeah, I can tell you guys are probably going back and forth with that. It's fades. You can't grow a small account trading Nvidia and Amazon, but you can buy or short $1 or $2 stock and milk it for 30-40 cents in minutes. And Jason was doing very well on that this morning. If you have a $25,000 account with a 4-to-1 leverage, and Kvon, and also lose it in minutes and hours. Oh, I love it. All right, you guys are too funny. Hey, we're being real. This is what AA is about. We're gathered, huddled up in this circle. Look, we may disagree with one another, but it's all in good faith. We're trying to help each other out. Fades, yeah. Fading the runners that already had their day. Man, I love it. That is such a sexy trade. God, that's Mark, man, doing that. When I see you doing that, man, I'm telling you, I see a professional in you. That's very good. It's very good to not wake up and focus on, oh, what's the leading gapper of the day? I mean, you can find profits in it, but not just that, right? You don't want to just focus, oh, what's the leading gapper today? That's all I'm trading. There's so much money to make on the prior gappers, the prior leading gappers that you can short unwind. It's all psychology. It's all psychology. Trading is all psychology. You gotta understand that. You have to understand it's all psychology. What do I mean by that? Well, you need to understand why are other traders in this, where they're in it at. Like the sloppy seconds trade that we go over very often in trading. Why does that work so often? Well, it's because that long bias traders are creating a level of resistance right near the highs. And so when a ticker is like curling back around to those highs, you have to consider they're trying to get out break even. If they're trying to get out break even, they're going to be selling as it's coming up. I mean, they're praying and hoping this thing comes back up to break even, and then they're going to sell. So that creates a natural area of resistance to short into. Fades, I turned into a bear and never looked back. Yeah, trading these pennies, like Kevin says, we can predict a downfall a lot easier than a run up. It's just because there's greater inefficiencies on the lower price tickers. I mean, look, some of you just trade the higher price stuff, and I get it. There's no problem with it. I'm telling you, I don't necessarily think it's smart to focus on the leading gapper of the day, but I don't think inherently it's bad to short like Fades does, short plays that were previous gappers, and you have defined risk. You have very defined risk, and it may not even be a lower float play. It could be, I don't know, like 50 million in the float, something like that, where it's not going to whip around and put a neck brace on you. It's not going to whip around too much, and that's. The longer I've done this, I don't even have to look at the float anymore. I can literally tell you what the float is within probably 1 or 2 million in the float, just seeing how it moves. So I know what to trade and what to avoid, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's opportunity across the board. So don't just marry your way of trading. There's opportunity across the board. As long I know some of you guys ruffling some feathers in the chat right now because some of you don't want to see newer traders blowing up, just focus in the low float stuff. So I get it. I get that's where you're coming from. I get every angle of this. Trust me. I got the psychology of it. I know what's going on here. And I would agree with that. Honestly, I think it's probably a better idea for newer traders to get their experience starting maybe with the mid-large cap tickers versus the low float stuff, because you learn from the wrong people that are like making $20,000 trading 20,000 shares, making 3 cents a share, so ridiculous things like that, and traders want to emulate that. So then they get in with their 1,000 shares and then blow up. So many newer traders blow up on the lower price tickers, like the low float tickers, with the increased fluctuations. I get it. I get where everybody's coming from. There's not really a wrong answer here. I mean, you guys are all pretty much correct in your own ways. All right, let me catch up on chat. Bob, I like that you're a real one. Kevin, you have nothing to hide. Most everyone I've seen on the tube. Yeah, we're on the. Well, make sure that's YouTube. There's other tubes out there. YouTube are fake, and you're a real family man from a veteran. Let's give it up, guys. Mr. Bob, the veteran. Honored you're in here, sir. Do my best to make sure you learn the right way to start growing your account. Yeah, Kvon. Small accounts usually are not patient. Yeah, that's a good little line right there. That is true. That is very true. Mr. Perkins. Mark Perkins in the house. Master yourself and everything will fall in place. Very true. Very true. Master yourself. Yes. Yes. Mark Perkins, how long have you traded? So, Mark Perkins, let me guess. Let me see how accurate I am with this, because that's a wise statement. Master yourself. You've been in the game 5+ years. You got to master yourself before you master the market. If you master yourself, the money's a byproduct. Master yourself. And everything else follows. Very true. Jason, I'm trading anything with range that I can scalp with liquidity. So, yeah, range. Range is where the money's made. Whether a ticker's going up or down, there's money to be made, right? If, like we've seen a lot this week, if tickers are doing this, sideways action, not a lot of money to make. But if we have up and down action, whether long or short, that creates the range. Range is where the money's made, whether on the long or the short side. And that's where we see profits. McCartney, yeah, coin, you cannot predict anything. It's just a setup. It's a coin flip. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little better than a coin flip. I see where you're headed there. I mean, with the if we truly have an edge and the probabilities on our side, we should be a little better than a coin flip. My consistency over the last 4 months would not speak that way. Sitting at a 42% win rate. Gotta let the winners run. Yeah, expectations are killer. The expectations are going to be killer. And every newer trader jumps into the market with high expectations. But I see where you're going with that, coin, because what you're trying to suggest is there's a random... this is where coin's going with it. I know what coin's thinking. All right, I got to get the legs moving a little bit. I'm here for you guys. The silent heroes. I was one of you. All right? I was in every chat room. I didn't make one noise. I didn't comment, do anything. I'm too in love with this game, so I created a channel. I don't talk like this otherwise. I'm pretty much quiet throughout the day, other than talking about stocks. It's just my passion. Love talking about it. But the silent heroes in here, I got you. We're going to the top. What coin is referring to is there's a random distribution of trades between your wins and losses. That's what he's referring to with the coin flip. It means don't expect this next trade to necessarily be a green trade. Okay? You have the probabilities on your side, but don't expect the next trade to be green or red. You need to pretty much assume the risk. So everybody thinks they're a risk taker that starts day trading because they think inherently day trading involves risk, but they don't entirely accept it. They don't truly accept the risk. They think, oh, I'm a risk taker, I accept the risk. Well, because I'm a trader. No. That's not true. I didn't realize that for a long time. If you're truly accepting the risk in trading, then you will assume that you don't necessarily know if the outcome of this trade. It's a career, and I've said this over and over, where you have to detach yourself from the outcome. It's unlike anything else. And most of you come from other professions out there where you are completely attached to the outcome. The outcome is actually undetachable. I have to literally fix this guy's plumbing. I have to fix this electrical work at this house. I have to perform surgery on X, Y, and Z. I gotta, everything has an outcome to it, but trading is so difficult in the fact that you have to tell yourself, and it's a thing of thought conditioning every single day, and I try to practice this when I step into my office every day. It's difficult, and that's why I've been getting killed here the last few days, because I felt like I couldn't take a loss with this size of account. But it's a thought conditioning exercise where you say, I don't know what's going to happen on this trade, and guess what? It's okay. I don't know what's going to happen on this one particular trade, and that's okay. Because you're working the series of trades. God, y'all get me on tangents. I just can talk forever on this stuff. All right, that was on the coin flip that Coin mentioned 10 minutes ago. All right, McCartney OMEX, a good example of a prior runner that fades. Yes, I remember that ticker very specifically. Yeah, Coin, thinking you can predict is dangerous. Yeah, Jason, under 5 million, better be careful. Absolutely. Oh, Coin has seen $1 million players blow up thinking they can predict. Yikes! Yeah, that's tough. Sure, they were right after they blew out. Yeah, it's always the liquidity grab. It's always wicking them. Top take. Coin flip with a win-loss percentage makes all the difference to success. Bob, we know your issue, and you've been vulnerable with that, so we're going to address it. So we bottom out on taking those L's, right? You know your flaw. You have to confront it, which is why a lot of traders jump out of this space, because they don't want to confront their flaws, take responsibility. You've confronted it. Good for you. Let's applaud that. That's very wise. That's good. You're a veteran. I would not think otherwise. You got this. You know what adversity is all about. So when you just pretty much say, let's just see where this is going to go. Not good. But you know what to do there. Coin with the wisdom tonight. Remember, major league hitters get paid $20 million a year to be right 30% of the time. Wow. That's a good one. I'm going to steal that coin. Kvon, I can do better than a coin flip. Yeah, I knew that was going to draw some controversy. Keith had to run to get Domino's. Well, damn, dude. Why don't you just take the car? You had to run all the way over there? Jason, yeah, we've all paid for the courses and everything, yeah. I'm pretty thankful I did not... I don't know if I should get into that. But yeah, I've been a part of most all of them. Coin, if you would cut your loss amount by 75%, would you be green? Yes, you would. Jason, mostly trade by yourself. Yeah, I mean, most people have different strategies even in here. We just hang out and help each other out, really. I don't want anybody to be a sheep, following anybody. We're all in here just helping each other out. Some definitely different strategies in here. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of, you guys have heard it over and over in the mornings, a lot of Mark Douglas, his work. He's deceased now, but I would love to have met him. A brilliant mind. I don't even know how successful he was with trading, but honestly, it's irregardless because I think he was mainly just a trading coach. Man, brilliant mind. I love watching his webinars and reading his books and whatnot. Man, I would have loved to have met him. Brilliant mind in this space, and you can have a brilliant mind and not necessarily be wildly profitable, you know? You just know how it works and operates. But brilliant mind in this space. Yeah, Jason, in the mornings. Been live since the beginning of the year. We're about to go with round 2 on the account. If you watch my latest video, red on fees, and so I need to top off the account, and then I'm going to be sizing into winners. That's pretty much my confession tonight. Broke rules 4 or 5 times the last 4 months on adjusting the stop. Going to stop doing that. And going to be sizing into winners. Sizing into the winners. It's a lonely journey. Fades, yes it is. Bob lets me know this is for real life supporting when done right. Why take this so serious? Love the inspiration. Yep. Yeah, Fades is right there. It's lost a lot. It's blown up small accounts. You know, it's always a struggle for everybody. It doesn't matter your screen time. It doesn't matter your experience. You don't necessarily know the winners versus the losers. And when your back's against the wall with a small account, the best of the best blow up. I mean, it is what it is. There's no guarantees with trading. No guarantees. I gotta be professional in here now that the SEC is watching. So I'm not going to speak on any chat rooms, gurus, and that kind of thing. But what I will say is I think it's wise that you guys are trying to take in as much information as possible. Be amiable. Essentially be sponge-like. Be sponge-like to the information out there. Take in as much as you can. And try to not trade other people's strategies. You know, don't trade my strategy or anybody, other chat rooms you're mentioning out there. Learn from what they're doing, but the reason I say don't emulate their trades is you don't necessarily know their risk and their reward. You don't know their exits. You don't know their risk and their sizing. You know, all this is different. I will say this too for some newer traders. Like, sizing is pretty much the volume dial. Sizing is pretty much the volume dial for your emotions. Turn it down. If you start turning it down, you can hear yourself think more. So, I mean, that's relative per trader, the sizing dial, but you can turn it up and down based on your personal trading and your emotions, and you can pretty much turn up and down your emotional level. So that's just a word of advice based on your emotions, where you're at with your account. Now, if you've grown an account and you're comfortable, it's just things are gonna progress with sizing. The volume dial is gonna adjust as you grow the account. Kvon. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I told you guys I was finishing this bottle, so yeah, pretty much turning up. Need to turn up on the trading days. That's what I need to do. Losing my voice here, but we got newer guys jumping in here, so I don't want to leave them hanging. Want to help all you guys out. Man, y'all give me so much. Like, you guys give me so much energy. I'm not lying. I'm so motivated by you guys. I just want to see you find success so badly. I don't know. Maybe it's my mission in life. Who knows? You guys give me fire, though. Y'all give me the energy. All right, Jason, how are the CMEG locates? Very cheap. Today, I located 300 shares of ADIL for, it was like $1.20 or something. There's no stock locate charge. It's just the per share rate. So I located 300 for, I think, $1.20, and, made 20 cents a share or so on those shares for, not having that stock locate charge is huge, man. The $25 that DOS and Sterling will charge, that's a lot of money. If you're locating a lot of tickers throughout the day. So C-Pro, not having that locate charge, it's massive. I love not having that. I mean, even with the small account, it just is, it's whatever, locating them. Bob, only person you watch live while you trade. Bob's tuning in to the train wreck. That's what he's doing. Can't miss it. Gotta watch it live. Just messing with you. Coin, for the newer traders, I would recommend Oliver Velez. Simple trade setups. Tom Hugard. Coin, is this some paid product placement going on right here? I'm messing with you. MechTech still in the house. Guys, the loyalty, love it. Creativity is underappreciated. Yeah, if you aren't somewhat unique, you're 100% just sharing an edge with many others. Yeah, you guys are going to find your own edge. It's your own trading philosophy. You're going to find your own trading philosophy. And what is that? That's essentially the combined experience over time that gives you that gut feeling to enter a trade. And only you are going to know that. I mean, I don't want anybody to be a sheep. When I'm talking about trades, I'm trying to tell you why I'm thinking about getting into X, Y, and Z, because of my personal combined experience over time. You may not necessarily get that gut feeling to enter the trade, whether you're watching me or anybody else. But what I do want you to do is to gain the just experience, the visual experience over time, because that's going to create your own trading philosophy that you're going to gravitate towards. You are the trader that you're going to one day be. Right now, through every single trade, through your experience, from who you're watching, who you're learning from, you're becoming the trader you're going to one day be. And these steps matter. Right now, these steps matter. So it doesn't matter if you're inconsistent right now with your trading. What does matter is you're keeping yourself in the game to get that philosophy, that trading experience, that gut feeling, the combined experience over time that's going to tell you what's a good trade and what's a bad trade. And then once you get that, and you have that edge, meaning the probabilities are now on your side, now you have to master yourself, which is maybe probably the hardest part. Mastering yourself in regards to stopping out well, having a good exit strategy, letting your winners work for you, like sizing in, sizing out, scaling out. There's a lot to it, guys. There's so much to it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a journey. It is a hell of a journey. But we're in it together, baby. We're in it together. I'm more optimistic than ever. Maybe it's blind optimism. But the journey is the fun. The journey is the fun. Let's make some trades tonight, Jason. Yeah. I don't know about that. Isaiah, sorry I missed the live. Was working the night shift. Definitely watching it tomorrow. Isaiah, yeah. Isaiah's been he's been doing very well. I mean, doing very well. Isaiah's on the right path, so I'm excited for him. Staying optimistic in the face of adversity, even through your own trading errors, which we've both experienced, like adjusting rules and whatnot. But you've got the right mindset. I'm excited for you. Jason, is that the same with DOS? Are you referring to the stock locate service charge? I believe it's It's $30, I think. Somebody over there at DOS or Sterling said that today. It's $30 stock service locate charge plus the per share rate at DOS. I think at DOS Sterling, and then C Pro, you don't have that stock locate service charge. It's awesome, dude. I'm telling you, man. If you like to short, C Pro is awesome for it because it's so cheap. I mean, there's like today, for instance, there was one PLTR that had no inventory, so that kind of sucked. But sometimes they don't have inventory, and sometimes they're a little pricey. Fades was doing hundreds of trades, locating multiple stocks, churned through $50,000 in fees in 1 year. Jason, all caps. Oh, sheet. Yeah, no trading under $1 for me anyways for Jason. $2 and up. Bob, man, you fire me up, dude. So Bob is all in. Bob. All in, baby. Cheers, Bob. The veteran. Guys, if you're drinking, cheers it up. Bob's on his way to the top. Bob quit being an electrician full-time, started delivering pizzas to pay for the bills so he can focus every morning because screen time is king. Humble path, Bob. I respect it. Delivering pizza in the evenings, doing electrician work on the weekends. This evening, he started at 3 p.m. Was your first day delivering. Loved it. Made $180 in 6 hours. Bob is the man. Salute to Bob. Cheers. Cheers. What the hell kind of pizza are you delivering for $180 in 6 hours? You got like gold crusted Parmesan flakes. You got like gold flakes you're sprinkling on that thing. But congratulations. That's really good. Jason, having a drink for you? Absolutely. Trying to hit everything tonight, guys. Trying to hit everything. Full confessional. I got nothing to hide, guys. I mean, I had like a... let me hit you guys with a big word. Big words come to me when I'm drinking. I had a serendipitous moment. Look that up, I guess, if you don't know what it is. Serendipitous moment a few years ago. Because I've been in this space for a while, and I've seen... the more you guys stay in the space, and especially if you... Let's just say there's a lot of deception. Let's just put it that way. So I had a serendipitous moment, and I just wanted to be a man of integrity. I wanted to help out the guys that are starting out. That was a passion of mine. Passion of mine just to get jumpstart traders' careers. I don't know. That's just title of the book. That's where I'm going. I want to jumpstart traders' careers. I just don't want people to learn the wrong ways. Because the journey is lonely and dark. If you start out, I mean, and I just don't want you guys to start out blowing an account. I mean, everybody's going to blow accounts, but there's a lot of deception out there. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to be a part of that. All right. Jason, you guys are motivating me to quit my day job here. Dude, this is awesome. This chat's awesome. We got to keep the Friday night live streams up. This is too good. Like, Monday through Friday, we trade live. Friday night, we just hang out. The guys hang out, have a drink, talk, figure it out, go over our flaws, our strengths. And then Monday, we start strong. We retackle this market and take our money. This market owes us money, man. This market owes us money. Keith, you were a dental technician most of your life. Yeah, Keith is in his... Keith, you're in your 70s now? I'm just messing with... No, Keith is like 40. Dental technician most of his life, was going to open up his own dental lab, but dentists getting their own 3D printers, milling machine, crown in an hour, and then delivering Instacart. Amazon Flex, Instacart. Yeah, dude, like just doing your own thing. I don't know. I've been all about that too. Look, I'm about to be 31. My first job at, I don't know, 17, 18, 16, maybe 15. Shit, I don't know. 15 or 16, somewhere around there, I was a busboy making $2.13 an hour. Not great. And especially in this economy, trying to be a busboy, dude. Ain't nobody tipping with this inflation. Tough times. Yeah, I've worked the jobs. That's kind of where I want to push my, you want your kids, naturally, you want them to excel beyond you, but, you also, like, having these jobs is not bad. Like, you guys in here you've all been through the grind, and it's good. It's good for your soul. It, like, humbles you. It's good stuff. You have an appreciation for these people that you wouldn't otherwise have. Keith, you get some crown cement and fill it yourself? All right, I'll keep that in mind. MechTech, imagine learning from TikTok influencers. Probably even worse these days. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. They're making money in other ways. You're the product. You're the product watching those guys. Jason, yeah, getting burnt out working for the man. Yeah, That's a whole nother Friday night live stream. John Riley in the building. John Riley's been around for a while. How you doing? I recognize you, Riley. I don't miss a beat. I know you guys in here. Thank you, Riley. How's your trading going? Bob only got one life, and seeing Tom Hoggart and a like lets me know I can be successful at this. We all can. Let's go. Green team. Green team. Keith, I was a busboy too at Tomato Street, then went to Dental Lab. Okay. So see, humble beginnings. Keith had the humble beginnings, and now he's going to be the next best thing out there. All right, remember us in here. Keith, remember the green team. Jason going into work on Monday and giving them the middle finger. All right. Telling them, have y'all watched Kevin Avery, day trading? Turned $1,000 into like $300. He told me to quit. Oh, Keith, just do Amazon Flex at 3 a.m. and have the rest of the day. Yeah. Man, Keith is in the grind, dude. I need the C Pro. I need the C Pro account, but with no fees, right? No fees. It just works the mind. That's all it is. Trading is all mental. It just pisses you off when you grind so damn hard for the profits, and then you lose money on fees, and then that kind of tilts you in its own regard. You guys crack me up. I got nothing to hide, man. I'm living the dream. I feel like I'm living the dream. I have a renewed mindset. I'm just so pumped on life and for you guys, and just doing something challenging. Like pursuing something with the bros that's challenging. Something beyond ourselves that works in our... It's difficult, mentally. This is so difficult for those that really can aspire to not only aspire to be a trader, but then they can break through the walls and they continue to do it. And I've always said, you never make it, you're always making it. Everybody's a struggling day trader, no matter how long you've done it. It's always a mental load. I mean, you're never making it. You're always making it. I've seen it over and over, guys. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I have seen traders that have been very consistent, and then they're so consistent to a point where they don't think they can lose, and they lose an entire year on one trade. I'm not even joking with you guys. I wish I was. You have to realize this sport is one in which you have to be so mentally conditioned for when you wake up in the mornings. That is what I've realized. I mean, you guys think I'm like some kind of crazy psychotic person that's gonna meditate in the mornings or something. I'm telling you, you have to condition your mind in the morning. You have to. I'm the only one saying it. You have got to wake up and know... okay, let me say it this way, because I read this, in Mr. Douglas's book about how his experience with a lot of blow-ups happened around life events. So he would speak to a lot of traders, and the ones that were blowing up, there would be pretty much tragic things going on in their lives. Deaths of loved ones and, financial stuff. There's just a lot of bad things going on in their lives. And that would engulf their trading accounts to a point where their mind would not be prepped for proper trading. So I'm not lying to you. Maybe it sounds crazy to the newer traders, but I'm not telling you a fib. This is the absolute truth. Your mind has to be conditioned every single day. If you don't feel healthy mentally, it all works in harmony. It all works in harmony. Try to be healthy physically, mentally, spiritually, in every capacity that you possibly can be, because ultimately it's going to reflect onto your trading account. I don't know why you guys are still listening to me. My wife, look, I can talk for so long because my wife doesn't. I can't discuss this with her. You know, I talk for 5 seconds. She's like ready to move on. So I have nobody to scratch this itch with but you guys. You guys are the green team, so I can ramble on for hours on this stuff. I mean, literally forever. All right. I gotta catch up here. I'm over here talking all serious, and y'all are talking about donuts. I'm gonna tell him Kevin Avery's helping everybody that quit paying their bills. Or a rich wife, yes. Jason going to Domino's tomorrow and telling him, Bob told me I can make 180 in 6 hours and I can start today. All right. That's what you love about the channel, Isaiah? What did I say? We're on a delay here. I don't recall. Get the wife trading. Maybe she crushes it. Yeah, you guys are the best. Bob, we got some guys in here smoking the Mary Jane. Look, I can't be hard on you because I'm over here drinking it up. So this is what the AA meeting's for, right? Drinking and smoking, whatever you guys are on. Emmanuel's like talking to a wall when I speak to my wife about trading. Yeah. Lay it out here, Emmanuel. Come on, give it to us. Jason about to light up too. What is this Friday night live chat turned into? Oh man. Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers to the green team. I'm not kidding. I'm not stopping till we're all at the top. Every single one of you. Even the ones not commenting in the chat. Every single one of you. Bob, I'm at 5 stars. They better get... Dude, the Domino's is where it's at. For real. I mean, you can get a one-topping $7.99 pizza. Where can you get that? Anywhere else? MechTech, sizing up after you win is literally a known psychological effect. We're built to compete with the next biggest rival after beating the last in trading that rarely ends well. Yes. Okay, I got you. Sorry. The alcohol slowing me down a little bit. Okay. Yes. So, as in, okay, you're going on to the next trade and trying to beat the next rival. I got what you're saying. Man, that was like an epiphany for me tonight. Honestly, that's why I'm glad we had this meeting. this AA meeting where we're sobering up. We're not smoking and drinking anymore. Oh my God. All right. Cheers, guys. This is the best chat, dude. I'm not kidding. I'm way too lucky. It's the best chat. All right. So, yes. You take the one trade and move on to the next thing, and you fight the next rival, essentially. It rarely ends well. Nailed it, Mech Tech. Mech Tech on a roll tonight. Bob Sam, if you want to make good money, all right, what's the strategy? Deliver pizza, find a local one. Oh, come on. I thought you were going into trading, Bob. Very much respect, though. I highly respect, dude, especially like those guys in here tonight that are in their 40s. How do you do it? You know, it's like the Uber and the Uber and the Lyft and the Instacart. Like, I get that. Just not having somebody to check into. I definitely get that, Keith. But yeah, dude, I'm about to turn 31 and I'm so tired of the middleman. I reflect on it nearly every day. I'm like, if I had to go in, I've been self-employed for 10 years, but on and like a few times here and there, I've had to get employment, and it sucks the damn life out of me. Because I've been self-employed 95% of the time. The 5% that I've been employed, it's like I've been a lion that's out in the wild, and it's like caging me. I can't do it. You know, when you get people hooked to that stuff at 20 years old, it's one thing, but dude, when you're on the 9 to 5 clock, it sucks the life out of me. Look, I'm sorry for those that are in it. Stay persistent. So yeah, if I had to, probably would do something like that where I feel like I'm my own boss. You know, Uber and Lyft and Instacart, Amazon, that kind of thing. Where you just clock in when you can. Because, again, I have 2 kids. I got a 5 and a 3-year-old, and I'm up half the damn night. And look, they'll probably watch this in 20 years. So I love you guys. You know, I'm living. I do what they enjoy to do most of the day. So I trade, pick them up, and, you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Keith, the weed is cheap. I mean, the weed is cheaper. Where is that? More expensive weeds out in the bookies. Dude, I'm on all these, like, you guys are too much. That's too funny. I'm on all these, like, wild notes over here talking about all these emotional subjects, and y'all are talking about smoking weed and lighting up. This is why we have Friday night. We really need these interventions to get out all the emotions, you know? We need to get out these emotions because if you're like Kvon, are you in here? If you're like Kvon and he sits in these trades all damn day, I mean, come on, dude. You gotta be unnerved. I mean, you gotta be... Look, Kvon takes good trades, but he's just... some of them take all damn day to work, and God bless it, dude. That's gotta, like, unnerve you. Yeah, Kvon's in. I mean, he's got a good strategy, and he's very disciplined with taking his edge, but some of those trades are on all day, and they literally do nothing until he gets out of them, and then they shoot up. Kvon is too funny, man. Some of these trades, they're great trades, but I'm probably staring at one right now, WGS. Sometimes they just take so long to work. And I hate it for you. I'm like, how are you today, Kvon? He's like, well, undetermined. We'll find out. 8 hours sitting in these trades. Oh, man. It's too funny. All right, I'm catching up. All right. Let's see here. Jason, we want to get 1,000 traders in here. Yeah, I mean, I would love to help 1,000 traders out. I know you guys would as well. Look, I mean, it definitely could happen. You know, we're just on the unpopular side of a lot of things. So I've never had full confidence in that. I think we're going to get like a really good group in here like we have tonight. But when you're on the unpopular side of things, it can be challenging to get a majority. I'm speaking the truth. I'm just speaking honest with the trading too. Like I said, I'm gonna. That's what's gonna send us up, right? Straight up. Keith, grade A joints for $8. Jason, this is gonna be a hit on Friday nights. All right, I'm down to do this every Friday night. This is too much fun. Isaiah, I feel like I can talk about my struggles without feeling any shame or embarrassment. Hits home, Isaiah. That hits home. And the thing is, we all have struggles, and we all have embarrassing trades and shame. So, I'm excited for you, Isaiah. I think you're doing very well. Let's just put it that way. Just start alerting your trades when you get into them, and then alerting your exits. I think that'll help you be accountable. So you don't the pony trick today. The pony trick. Yeah, so we don't do the pony trick today. I didn't think our AA meeting was going to turn into you guys talking about weed. But, hey, AA meeting, we're drinking, we're smoking, talking about weed. I mean, it wouldn't be an AA meeting without it, right? That's part of the conversation. MechTech, Domino's pan piece. No joke. It is no joke. The New York style is really good as well. Because it's like... Bob, alright, let's talk trade. I'm like way behind on chat. Alright. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, MechTech, younger sister building a tiny house, escaping the 9 to 5. Look, I got so lucky with my house buy. It's been such a blessing. If I wouldn't have gotten lucky here with my house, I'd probably be going the tiny house route too. I got so lucky. I reflect on it often. Buying in 2018, 5-bedroom, like 2,500 square foot house for $187,000. I got so lucky. And I would probably go that tiny house route too. Guys, AA meeting. You got, lay it out. Lay it out. I got to hit the head because I've been drinking in this AA meeting, but keep confessing. Initially, we've gotten into more of the weed and alcohol conversation, but earlier on, there were traders really laying it out there, confessing to hundreds of thousands of dollars they've lost. We want to be open and honest in here and helping each other out. That's what we are. We don't patronize each other. We really do help each other out. So while I hit the head, you guys lay it out there. Lay it out. BRB. All right, cheers, guys. Cheers. Good Friday night. Great Friday night live stream. If we're keeping this up, if we're keeping these AA meetings up, I'm gonna have to start getting some more bourbon. I'm a bourbon drinker. Damn, I am at the bottom of this bottle. All right. Bourbon is where it's at. All right. Keep it up, guys. Let's keep the live stream going. We're all here together. Mr. Bob, brothers, our journey on this planet together. They were waiting for Kvon to gur out. 3 for 3 today, very slow. Emmanuel, you're trying to get a trip to Japan going on with your wife. She's disabled. I'm the only source of income. So you're working and trading and trying to make that happen. Why Japan? Yeah, let us know. Keith, quitting working for the man was the best thing for me. Costco delivering during and after COVID was good money. Yeah, it just does something for your soul. Not to have to, like I said, I've done the most of my last 10 years has been self-employed, doing videography work, but the times I've been employed, it sucks something out of my soul. And it's not even about the money, but literally somebody telling me when and when I cannot go take a piss, don't get me started. That's a whole nother Friday night live stream. Jason, I keep telling myself if I can get to 100K, then I would feel certainly confident in quitting. Keith, I would do delivery and trade. You can work. Yeah. Kvon, Friday night live streams keeping you up too late. 3 hours ahead of you, Keith. Hey, so it's good for him. 3 hours ahead of him. It's only 8:49 his time. Bob, you'll get a bottle for next Friday too. What you drinking on? What bourbon? Jason, running scans, looking at charts. Yeah, got the computer up myself, looking at some charts here and there. Keith don't roll his joints anymore. He buys them. Japan is your wife's dream destination. Well, you're a good man. Trying to give your wife the dream trip to Japan. How often we have these AA live streams? As often as you guys want them. I mean, Friday nights, I'm just laying in bed with tickers on my mind. I said tickers, not strippers. Tickers on my mind. So, I mean, as often as you guys want them, as often as I have a viewer in here. Need at least one viewer. All right, I'm all caught up. I have to get up beforehand. Okay, good. All right, caught up there. Any other confessionals you guys have to make? You know, with a large account, it just... Kvon, Jesus. Try to get serious. I try to get serious, then Kvon starts talking about the backside boys. It gets sweaty up in my office, man. It's like... Got all these computers running, got the bourbon drinking, got the... It's just like pretty much a... Could smoke some meat up in here. Yeah, we're here for each other, guys. I want you guys, like Isaiah said, he feels like he can be transparent. That's how I want everybody to be. Because this is a space where there's not a lot of transparency. It's just mainly like big P&Ls on Twitter and YouTube. And there's a lot of struggles. There's a lot of struggles here. And I want to confront them with you guys. I want to be there with you in their struggles. So there's nothing to be ashamed about as far as that goes. Honestly, when I see the big P&Ls on Twitter or YouTube, I don't even look at them. I don't even look at most. I don't watch any of the stuff anymore, really, because most everybody's paper trading anyways. I won't get into that, but most people are paper trading anyways, and I just don't care. I've seen it all. I have the experience. I know good setups, bad setups, yada yada. So what's there to watch? You know, you gotta not try to be envious, because if you trade out of envy, that's going to mess you up. Everybody's got different risk parameters in their trading, so they have different sizing, and their quota, if you will, on the day may be different. It may not be thousands, it may be $100 or so, and it's going to have different implications for your account as far as your risk goes and sizing, that kind of thing. What the hell is going on in chat? You know, I'm talking about Pornhub and these nuts. I'm trying to get all serious here. Bob, screen time is the only way to build confidence to truly become independent. Yeah, independence is key. As Bob said, independence is key. That's what I was always striving for. You know, not focused in on, I have to be a part of this chat room to be successful because I need to know what they're pumping on up to essentially jump into it. I want to be consistent without anybody. And that's where I want you guys to be as well. And that's where I'm helping you out. I want to just hang out with you guys. I want us all to be consistent. Maybe we have a different methodology, maybe a different strategy we trade, but we just hang out. We're just the green team. We're just bros. We hang out together. We trade together. We have our AA confessional meetings weekly together where we go over strengths and weaknesses, and maybe things that we effed up, butchered. broke rules, but we hang out, but we don't follow. I mean, we don't follow each other's trades. I'm okay if you learn some of my edges and trade those edges. It doesn't bother me if you trade a similar edge to me, but I want everybody to know why they're getting in something and their risk is defined on the trade. So they're trading. I want everybody to trade their own philosophy, ultimately. Emmanuel, I'm located in Las Vegas, so nice, Las Vegas. That's fun. That is fun. They just built a Caesar's Palace in Virginia, which is about an hour from me. And I went and battled out some blackjack there all night a few weeks ago. It was fun. Pre-market starts at 1 a.m. for you, but cannot trade without sleep. Yeah, not a good idea. So, horrible experiences anytime that I have traded without sleep. Again, what is that? What is that? Mindset. It's mindset, conditioning of the mind. If you don't trade without sleep, you might not be too focused in on adhering to the rules, the game plan. Keith, focus on the candlesticks. Yes. Whew, pre-market at 1 a.m. Oof, that's early. That's early. 6:30 bell would be great, Kvon's saying. Kvon is your central time, so you're 8:30 bell, right? So 6:30 bell. There's about to be no bell, as you mentioned, though. Literally going to be no bell before too long. But yeah, that would be nice, man. Like waking up early, 6:30 bell, you're done trading by 9:30, and that's pretty much like the West Coast guys, like those that are consistent over there and doing well. That's a good setup because they're pretty much wrapping up their day when everybody's waking up and starting their day. You know, like done by 9:30. I'm saying no bell because their NASDAQ's going to apparently be introducing, let me see if I can find it, the 24/7 trading, Bob. All right. NASDAQ plans 24-hour trading as global appetite for U.S. stocks grow. It's really slowing down my OBS, so I'm going to cancel out of that. MechTech pre-market prep before the bell is valuable. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, so you're gonna have to get up real early for the pre-market prep, probably like 5:30. God, I wouldn't mind doing that. I would not mind doing that at all. It's tough. I don't mind the schedule I got though. You know, like take the kids to school and then rush back and then start the live stream and trade and done, pick them up. And I mean, the life is so busy. But with the 6:30 and 9:30, that's not a bad schedule. Keith done by 9. Kvon doesn't do prep. Kvon, you're still in here, man. Kvon's normally in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Appreciate you, man. Friday night live stream, AA meeting. Jason, I thought about moving out west just to be able to trade before work. I heard another trader suggest that. Yeah. Yeah, I know traders that do that. Jason, when you get the locates, how do you determine how many shares you're going to get based on what you need to make? Well, today was ADIL. I do this real quick, and I don't really discuss it too often, but it is very important, Jason. There's a few things, and I emailed this to Bob too. You need a good, it's just not, we'll go over it real quick. You need, so the sloppy seconds pop on ADIL up towards 115.20, up towards the high magic 20-cent area. I knew the risk was going to be pretty tight, so like up and over the highs 125. So pretty much when I get into a play like this and I'm getting in close to the risk, I have to determine how much I'm willing to lose on it. So you need a favorable risk-reward outcome. That's what I say. So not only identify your entry, but identify a favorable risk-reward outcome. So if I'm getting in up here and I want to risk 50, like let's say $50 on it, then I want to, and the risk is 10 cents. So I need to get in, 500 shares. 500 shares, 10 cent risk for $50, and look at the return on it. Return is massive. That's how I determine it, what I'm going to get in size-wise. I mean, when I started out, I was doing a percentage of the buying power consistently on each trade. That's a way of doing it as well. But really, that's the idea. You want to identify good risk-reward and know what the risk is, predefine it, and have a favorable risk-reward outcome. Ultimately, what it is. Coin still in the building. Coin, what are you doing still up? Did the locates contribute to your blow up? I think everything contributed to the blow up, man. Everything did. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the locates did. I mean, the fees are where I'm red. The fees are where I'm red. But I'm having the fees irregardless. I think where I'm red is I did not maximize the winning trades. I'm going to take the responsibility for it, Coin. I didn't maximize the winning trades. And I fought some losers that really hurt. Fought some losers that hurt and didn't maximize the winning trades. So, I mean, I can't blame fees. I can't do it. I'm a sideways trader right now. According to the last 4 months, I'm a sideways trader, and that's got to change. That's a big mistake. It's got to change, and it's changing what we've discussed tonight. Got to size in. I've got to take advantage of the winning trades and not fight the losers. It's so, yeah, not good, Coin. Bottoms up to that. Jason, you get to keep the locates all day. Somebody did not, and maybe it was you, Jason. Somebody commented on one of my videos and was like, they were confused by that. They were confused by being able to recycle the locates throughout the day. But yeah, if you locate the shares with CPRO, you get to rotate through those shares. So you get to, if you short and cover, you still have those shares all day. You can short and cover again. Yeah, you could scalp it all day with those shares if you want to. You get those shares all day to rotate through, Jason. Yeah. And so, Jason, you've always passed on it if you just don't have it easy to borrow. But I would suggest to you, with the C Pro, dude, the locates are not bad. Having the locates to be able to, because they're cheap. They're cheap over at C-Pro. So it's essentially a hard to borrow ticker, right? It's hard to borrow. There's a lot of demand for the shorts. Kvon's very disciplined about never locating. Kvon's with IB, and IB has a really extensive short list though, so he's pretty much good there. I mean, most takers Kvon can short. But it's so cheap to locate. I mean, it's going to be, with C-Pro, which C-Meg in general, it's going to be like sub $10 tickers that are generally, you may have to locate, and it may cost you $1 or $2, and it's not going to be much. Generally, it's not much. Yeah, let me know, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here in probably 10 or 15 minutes. Let me know if there's anything else. I'm going to hydrate from our AA meeting. I got to wake up tomorrow and pretend like, I wasn't drinking all night in my AA meeting. Got to be present with the family. You guys are family, though. We got this. I believe in you. I believe in you guys wholeheartedly. There's going to be pain along the way in a lot of your journeys. I'm going to be honest with you. There is going to be pain. But what is the quote? There's no gain without pain. You have got to experience the pain so that you put the necessary guardrails on your account to grow it. I mean, when you have the freedom and flexibility to trade as much as you want, to have no rules on the being offshore, it comes with some like inherent responsibility. And you're just going to have to learn what to do and what not to do. It's part of it. And it's going to come with pain. Anything else, guys? I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes. I'm fading. I'm fading. Talking for, when do we start this? 9:30? Nearly 3 hours. Guys, we're going to have we're going to have a lot. Oh, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for it. One of these days, I'm going to rent a huge-ass Airbnb somewhere where we can all trade live together and just hang out. It's just going to be a blast. It's going to be too much fun. So, get ready. It's going to happen. We'll have to figure out a location. Look, I'm already getting comped at the Caesars Palace for rooms. So, if you guys are close to North Carolina, Virginia, and you want to come hang out, I got free rooms over there. If you guys want to go hang out. We're going to have a good time, though. We're going to trade live. We're going to have a live trading sesh. We're not going to top tick every damn ticker like I've been doing the last 4 months. telling you guys. I'm going to pull out the bourbon one of these mornings. If I top take everything, pull out the bourbon, start drinking. Thankfully, I got the max loss in the account because of that. But we had a good night. A lot of confessions tonight. Man, I'm heartbroken for a couple of the guys in here. But you're in the right place. Those that have lost a lot, hundreds of thousands of dollars in here. You're in the right place. It's up from here. Don't trade with sacred capital. Don't trade with sacred capital. The money you need for rent, bills, expenses, yada yada. Because there's emotions attached to it. That clouds judgment. Emotions are heightened. You make poor mistakes, judgment calls. Bob had fun. Let's get it. Kvon, if I go to Chicago this summer and we trade live together, you will get that $3 back. I will buy you. I don't even know what $3 buys these days with inflation. I'll buy you half a beer. Keith got the itch. Can't wait to trade again. Going to be a week or two. Keith, give yourself an opportunity this time. You cannot go all in on like 2 or 3 trades. Give yourself a I'm just in shock right now. Kvon with the super chat. It's life changing, man. I'm definitely going to take that and go get an airplane bottle for next Friday. Thank you, Kvon. I appreciate it. Kvon's been very green. This week was generally tough for everybody this week. Kvon ended on a green note after a couple red days, so good job being disciplined there. It was just a tough week in general. I mean, the market was straight up this week too. It was not easy. Thank you, Kvon. Appreciate that. Keith, excited for all of us? Yes, Keith. Just small accounts are hard inherently, Keith. I want you to lower your share size so regardless if you blow this account up, this next one up or not, at least you're giving yourself the chance to grow emotionally in this space, if that makes sense. You got to give yourself an opportunity to grow in many different aspects in this space, emotionally, mentally. There's a lot to this, as you're aware. There's a lot to this. It's not easy. It is not easy at all. You're going to have losses, but you do not have to have large losses. And believe me, I'm speaking to myself as far as that goes. You're going to have losses. You don't have to have large losses. As Kvon said, try to get at least a couple months of practice. Yeah. Try to give yourself some room, man. Try to give yourself some room to practice with the small account. Because the likely scenario is, unfortunately, you're going to blow up. But the fortunate news is you're going to learn how not to trade. When you learn how not to trade, it propels you forward in how to trade. As we've become keenly aware of. Yeah, you gotta learn how not to trade in order to learn how to trade. So, Mr. Bob uses the daily 5 minute, 1 minute, 15-second all at once. Daily, yeah, dude, all the time frames are great. I love that. I love the 5 minute. Pretty much when I'm doing pre-market analysis, I'm always looking at the 5 minute, especially when I'm accumulating my watch list, because I want to see what the ticker's done here in the last few days, and then we look at the daily, look left to predict right, get an idea entirely of what the ticker's doing, to get an idea of the personality. Most experienced traders will tell you guys, tickers have a personality. All you have to do is look at the past chart history, and you will see that tickers will have very large, for instance, some of these lower float plays, very large upper shadows, which would indicate what? That most of the days they give entirely everything back. Well, if they close their entire day a full body, if they close their full body, then you know majority of the time the personality of these tickers, they hold their gains up. They hold their gains. That's why I don't really like to trade IPOs, because it's difficult to really get an idea of entirely of the personality of the tickers. You just don't know. I mean, there's no past chart history to look at. That's why I avoid IPOs. I try to really stick to predictability, predictable patterns. Yeah, Keith, there you go. Keep your head above the water as long as you can. You're going to be gasping for air. You're going to be gasping for air, but keep your head above the water. It's going to be a tough challenge. The toughness of it, as I think we've discovered tonight, is, and I've come into some revelations here tonight. In this intervention. This intervention has been really good for me. I just want to point that out to you guys, and it's because of you guys. I recognize my entries are fairly good. I'm taking they could be a little better, but I'm taking the opposite side of the trade. I'm taking the uncomfortable side. But I'm not additionally doing the furthermore, I'm not doing the other uncomfortable thing. That is sizing into the winners to maximize those winning trades. A couple very uncomfortable things for me that I'm going to be working on. Man, trading is uncomfortable. God, it's just getting accustomed to uncomfortability. That's all it is. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, Kvon said the longer time frames give you the bigger picture. That's the idea. You want the bigger you want the bigger picture unless you're just scalping it. You really want the bigger picture. And it eliminates some noise. So the noise, not so great. The noise is not so great. Look, I mean, this is a controversial topic. Maybe we can talk about next Friday. But that's why I don't really use the times of sales and level 2, yada, yada. I use a few indicators that I've seen work well. A few of the moving averages, VWAP. But otherwise, I don't want my chart to look like air traffic control. I used to try to look for the Holy Grail indicator, which would guarantee a trade. Wrong mindset. Absolute wrong mindset. It just creates more bias when you're looking for the Holy Grail indicator. It inherently increases your bias. What I like to do now is focus in not on particular indicators, but eliminate noise as much as possible. So take away as much as possible, really. Take away as much as possible to the point where you narrow in your focus on what matters, which may be a bigger time frame, eliminating certain noise. So you're not putting an insubordinate amount of significance on each individual up and down tick. Up and down ticks. Yeah, putting that insubordinate amount of significance on the up and down ticks, not good. And I do that a lot. It's not good at all. Yeah, see, here comes Coin. Here comes Coin out from under his rock with my controversy. Coin, you still in here? Oh, man. Love you, Coin. Shorting less emotions, Keith. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, yeah. Because I really, truly have seen the shorts work out very well with the elevator down versus the stairs up. So, Bob, look at the past chart history. I'm a momentum trader, and I have to get in at the rock bottom, or I don't touch it. These happen 1 to 4 times on average. Good point. Coin watching the tapes, very good. You can see where they're taking the ask or dropping the bid, and the speed and size of those moves. Dropping the bid, hitting the ask. It's just ultimately reflected on the chart. Those kind of moves are ultimately reflected on the chart. I mean, I don't know. I feel very strongly about that, but I'm not going to argue with with anybody that uses, especially Coin, because he's a veteran trader that uses it to his advantage. But it's just all for me. It's all reflected on the chart. I mean, if for the bid and ask, if they're bought or sold up, that's going to just reflect on the chart. Emmanuel, only indicators I use are Bollinger Bands and the 9 EMA. Yeah, eliminating the noise. Kvon, 9 EMA, money. Yeah, Kvon references the 9 EMA all the time, and he sees that works. I believe you there, Kvon, too. I need to throw that on my chart, because that has I've seen that works for Kvon a lot. I used to have that on my damn chart, and I took it off. I've seen it work for him often. Let me see. I need to add that on my chart. I just like to have what works. That's all. I mean, I want less noise. I just want what more times than not works. That's all I want. Just so I don't create an inherent bias that's going to F me up, because I can get married to these tickers. Oh, man, this is fun. You guys are the best. You can see on the tape where your resistance is. And also, I mean, look, if I'm arguing against myself here, On the tape, you can also see where orders are sitting. Yeah, it's kind of smoke and mirrors because people can display orders that may not actually be there. But on the tape, yeah, I don't know. I just like looking at the chart. Actual action. Not just bids and asks, but I like seeing the ask actually getting slapped. Slap that ass. That's what I like to see. I don't like to just see what's sitting there on the ass. I want to see what's actually slapping it. Because anyone can display any amount of size. If you've traded with DOS, you know that. You can display whatever you want. It's smoke and mirrors. Now look, I was ready to log off. Now we're getting into some heat here. I'm gonna have to finish off this bottle. I just don't want anything extra to look at. I don't want anything extra to look at that really has no implications for me. That's just going to create more inherent bias for my trade. And you guys know that I've been in my room. Like, I'm fairly... I don't know. I'm hard-headed maybe in that regard. Potentially. But I just do not want extra noise to look at other than what's reflected onto the chart. It's like, why look at times and sales? Like that's reflected on the chart too. Why look at it? The only thing I can think of with the times and sales where maybe it benefits momentum traders is like they see the orders, for example, if they're buying something, no, it would be the reverse of that. If they're short selling into the liquidity, so they see on the tape, they see a bunch of green orders flashing through, which again is just reflected right on the chart. They're seeing those flashing on the tape, which is, liquidity pools, stops getting taken out, that kind of thing. You're just seeing like only green. That's when you probably want to be red. Something to that effect. I can see where maybe that could be useful to you. All right, coin. For example, last night my friend said he didn't want to long the futures because no momentum. They're hitting the ask and moving up the ask non-stop. Why be scared? The flow shows demand. So he's seeing demand via the level 2. With the futures. Kvon on the reversal, the tape is key. Level 2 shows it's heavy. You cannot display more. You can only hide your size. That's a tongue twister for me right now. You can't display more. Okay, I got you. So if you're in 1,000 shares, you can only hide 1,000. You can't hide more than that. But that's still significant, though, for the big players. If they're hiding 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares, that's still significant. Coin. Like, I'm not knocking ever on Coin or Kvon. They're veteran guys. I'm not knocking. They know what they're talking about. I do think that we're both kind of right, though, because I just think it can be dangerous for the newer traders to focus too heavily on that kind of stuff. And I think you guys know what I'm saying. just to focus in a little too heavy on that kind of stuff, Like Keith saying he needs 4 more monitors. Like, just thinking you need more of everything. I need more monitors. I need like 3 tapes per ticker. I need like all the level 2 data, all the market depth. Yeah. That's too funny. Kvon doesn't watch the sales too much. Level 2 definitely trades with. Yeah, the halts on the tape. I definitely see that. You see them just halting. Yeah, I like what you're saying there, Bob. Symphony of indicators when set up right. Just to give you a better probability. And maybe it's just my struggle. Maybe it's my struggle. I'm trying to do things to avoid marrying tickers. You guys know that's kind of been my struggle. So I'm trying to avoid even looking at the tickers I'm in. I set the stop and move on to something else, So I try to take the signal at resistance. I try to keep it real simple. Just see the euphoria, take the short at resistance or into the descending triangle with the risk of high a day and move on. I really try not to okay, now I'm going to stare at the level 2. Now I'm going to stare at the tape. And just I just try to not do too much. Just take the trade and move on. Move on and don't marry it. Coin stabbing right at the heart. If you're not growing your account properly, first get to where you need to be. Coin going straight at it. All right. And I don't think that's level 2, but hey, maybe level 2 I need to focus on to grow this account. I don't know. I'll be objective and definitely listen to Coin because he's been around for a while. But yeah, I don't know. I think it could be problematic. Increased noise. Clearly it's not a problem for Coin. Helps him with his trades, but I just see it being I saw it as a problem for me increasing the bias. Let's put it that way. Increasing the bias. I'm trying to avoid increasing bias entirely. So doing what helps me out generally, which may not even help the room out entirely. That is not staring at one ticker too, because that messes me up. I like to be earlier on in this journey, man, especially when I was going sideways. So it's just being involved in multiple tickers at once. That kind of helped me out because later on I was getting too involved in individual tickers. And you guys know I broke rules 4 or 5 times. Four or five times. Got too married in. And the increased bias does that. It really does. It's tough, the increased bias. Recognizing what increases that. Bob, don't stare at me either, only on entry. And when she starts moving funny. Yeah, the funny movements. Yeah, it's like the increased volatility is, I think, what you're referring to, Bob. You're looking for pretty much the flickering of the candlestick. Not sideways price action, as Kvon's mentioned many times, not the linear price action. You're looking for abnormalities, because that's where the range is created and where the money can be made. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the most pros use coin, level 2. That's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe they use it. I don't know enough pros. I've known pros that don't use it. I don't know enough, but I don't know. I don't know. That I will plead the fifth on. Not sure. But as Kvon pointed out, you can hide your entire size. And I will say the pros that are trading with many tens of thousands of shares are not going to display their orders. Let's put it that way. They are not going to display their orders. Why is that? Well, they don't want to scare the liquidity away. They want the liquidity. So they're and the pros that I've known that trade successfully, guess what? They hide their orders because of that. They do not want people to see that they have 20,000 shares sitting at a certain price range because they want people to buy into those shares. Why would they want people to see that? Why would the pros want you to see that they have 100,000 shares sitting at the ask? Tell me why. Having high controversy here. The answer is they would not. And if you disagree with that, I don't know what to tell you. The people trading millions of shares on some of these orders are not wanting to display their share size. They want your liquidity. You can still tell with the tape. So maybe the tape tells all. The tape. Dead men tell no tales with the tape. Yeah, so maybe tape. And C-Pro's got it so where, and I know most tape has it so where you can display the pretty much every share that comes through. Not just those shares that that you can divide by 100. Every single share that comes through you can see. If that's what you're referring to, times of sales. Is that what you're referring to, times of sales? Which I can see that. If that's what you're referring to, I can see that. Coin saying watching the tape. So tape as in the I got you. Yeah, okay. Then we agree there. Maybe I should refer to the tape more than. This is what AA meetings are all about. What are we doing wrong? What are we doing right? You mean order flow, the tape. Okay, I got you. You can't hide it. Okay, look. If that's what you're referring to, yeah. I don't know what I was looking at earlier. I think I was talking about level 2. You guys were talking about the tape. Yeah. Okay, that's good though. That's good that we're clearing this up for any of the guys that are watching this, tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that then. The tape can't lie. You can't display false orders on the tape. I see what you're saying. Okay. Coin and Kvon both agreeing on the tape. I mean that's saying something. They're both veteran traders. Yeah, okay. Well, the level 2 we can agree with then. I mean, look. Yeah, the level 2's difficult for me to get involved with because I know you can hide the big orders, but the tape, I can see it. I can see it. If you're seeing like orders getting absorbed or soaked, bid or ask, then I can see that. Especially if like, and then it creates additional confusion when you're. It creates additional confusion if you're looking at both of them, though. Would you agree with that at least? That if I'm looking at both of them and it's not making sense, I mean, maybe that's a sign too, but the fact that, $10 doesn't have a single order on it, but we're, absorbing orders into $10 and the times of sales is just flicking 10 over and over and over, clearly that indicates there's a big seller there. I got you guys. I got you. I know what you're saying. I got it. I think I was confused. I was confusing you guys with the level 2 and tape. Kvon. Tape tells me all the time it's not reversing, but then me staying in it is another issue. Keith, 3 monitors. Yeah, I got pretty much 3 as well. I gotta have the daily up, pretty much the daily up, the intraday up, and then scanners and yada yada. I mean, you gotta have a few going on. Just having one monitor is not enough. It's a lot to look at. Coin, let's say you see 1,000 shares on the book at $2. Yeah, okay, so on the level 2, you got 1,000 shares sitting on $2, but you see thousands of prints going off at 2. That's a hidden seller. Then you see the bids drop off. Now what? Okay. Kvon's saying you're just watching the candlestick, not realizing what it's really doing. That's a conversation right there, though. I mean, are you basing your entry on the fact that $2 is soaking up? What's the entry based on? Because again, that it just creates another layer. Are you basing your entry on, okay, we're having a euphoric move up to resistance at $2, like we're up from 50 cents to $2, so I'm going to take a short at $2? Or are you basing your entry on, I mean, it could be a multitude of things, or are you basing the entry on the fact that $2 is absorbing orders? And so, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're combining all that together. That's a tough one. You guys are trading with the level 3. What kind of data is that? Level 3 coin. Coin's on this level 3. What's going on here? Coin using level 3 and the tape and my price levels that I'm looking to enter for confluence for my trade to make it an A setup. Kvon has a 75 incher. I don't know. You'll have to ask him. He doesn't trade on a 75-inch. Level 3, the entire book. Everything on the book at every price. Could be $50 away. Kvon Volume Bars is number 1 for me. Man, see, this is where it gets confusing, guys. What all are you looking at? You got to consider that. So Kvon's looking at, and I've seen that, Kvon, with your trades, very good. You focused on a ramp in volume. Like, I don't know. I mean, this is where the newer guys are going to have to figure it out for themselves, How much do you want to look at? Do you want to look at everything? Do you want to look at some of it? Figure it out. Figure it out for your own trading, Do you really want to look at what every order is soaking and absorbing up at? Do you just want to trade resistance, support? Do you want to trade euphoria? Do you want to trade volume, ramping? I mean, it could all work cohesively to create a nice, beautiful picture. But in my experience, it doesn't work out so well like that. I mean, it's not like something's getting absorbed to the point where you get no breakthrough. You may have a big order at a certain price, but the contrarian trader is just trying to get the liquidity, so they're honestly hoping they get fully executed and it spikes up through them. There's just a lot to it. Don't want to confuse you guys too much. I think that some of it can be honestly a little too much. Paralysis. What do they call it? Paralysis by analysis, right? Paralysis by analysis. Keep it simple, stupid. Buy fear, sell euphoria, rinse and repeat. Buy high, sell low. Yeah, the flow, the volume tells you if at the moment is enough to get the move done. Yeah, and it's like you see that volume fluctuation. Oftentimes, the peak in the volume is pretty much the peak in the day on the long or short side. That's causing the liquidity that you're referring to, coin, like that price seek liquidity, the liquidity sweeps where you're stopping traders out, bottom top. Oftentimes, that's where that's what you're seeing as far as that goes. The liquidity thing you gotta learn, Keith. Yeah, it's man, it can get confusing. It really can. But the liquidity thing is essentially what we're saying is oftentimes with trading, tickers will take traders far beyond what they think is rational in terms of tickers will spike higher than one may rationalize and also sell lower than one may rationalize too. They capitulate well beyond what longs would anticipate, and it exhausts them to a point of that capitulation, at which point you would want to long it. But you see it on the volume chart. I mean, I like to look at the volume graph for that. Again, I'm not trying to throw another indicator your way. It's like, look at the level 2, look at the time sales, look at the volume chart, look at the VWAP, look at the 9 EMA, look at, there's too much noise. It's too much noise. You get the paralysis by analysis. You got to discover a lot of these things on your own. But the volume chart, what you're going to want to look for is a ramp in volume. That's what I like to look for an increase in the volume for a reversal. I know Kvon looks for that too, because that's when a ticker's really doing that liquidity grab. SWK had it short 62.50. SWK, man. All right, SWK. Oh, wow. Right near the top. I remember you alerting this one too, Kvon. Ah, nice. Man, I wish I could get this volume increased. Let me see. Kind of thinly traded. There's a volume ramp though, 40,000 shares. All right, so the SWK, Kvon shorted, looking for the reversal on this play. Ticker that ramped up most of the day. We opened up around 60. Green candle after green candle. So he's pretty much looking for a volume ramp. You see this, guys, on the on the volume chart. So the volume is climbing. I think let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, looking for abnormalities. Kvon's looking here for abnormalities in this range, which creates the opportunity. So you tell me if I'm messing anything up, Kvon, but man, look at that too. What a beauty. What a beauty. Look at all these upper shadows up here around 62, 62.50 to 63, which is likely that range Kvon talks about, like shorting into a range, not necessarily looking at the P&L, but this is a range that he's looking at to short into. 62.50, maybe up to like 63.50. And really a nice bear flag here, but go back to the 5-minute, and we're ramping up. That first move I started into, and it was early, but then it finally did it. Yeah, just a straight up move here. Ramping the green volume, doing a liquidity grab up towards resistance on the daily. Yeah, Keith, like that ramp up idea. Yeah, it's just shorting into that ramp, really. That's the liquidity that the bigger traders are seeking on the level 2 to get involved with. So coin Coin just uses mainly the tape for this. I guess just look at one thing or the other then, right? If you're looking at the tape, you don't need the chart. You see the increase in volume on the tape. But look, if I like to look at the chart, so I see pretty much what the tape's indicating on the chart. Spiking up towards resistance here. SWK coming up towards resistance. Hitting resistance, starting to pull back, fade from there. Yeah, I mean, a good play. I mean, that's what Kvon looks for both on the long and short side. It doesn't matter. He's fairly objective with it. If it's spiking up euphorically, getting abnormal volume on the bullish side, he's looking at the reversal there. Similar thing on the short side. So he's fairly good with that, objective on taking either side of it. I admire that about Kvon. He's really not too focused on being a short or long bias trader. It's just whatever's happening, whatever's working, that's the side he's going to take. God, we have gone. This is 1 a.m., guys. This AA meeting has lasted 2.5 hours at this point. I'm running out of juice. Any other tickers you guys want me to look at before we move on to next week? Alright, try to enter on the first red candle so I'm not on the front. Yeah, okay, try to enter on the first red candle so I'm not on the front side. So Kvon's waiting for that. Alright. Enjoyer, I'm so much more comfortable trading to the upside. Man, I used to be that way too. It's so uncomfortable for me, the upside stuff. I don't know why, man. I mean, so there are good plays on the upside. I just see them taking longer. Enjoyer. And see, Coin's been trading a while too. He's a much better long trader, as he said. I'm a better long trader when it comes to the swings. I'm pretty good with the swings on the long side, like with reputable companies that are on a discount. But as far as intraday, God, that shit makes me nervous. First red candle on what, Kvon? The 5-minute chart? Or what chart are you using for the first red candle? You might even be using the 15-minute. First 15-minute. That's funny. Yeah, Coin's a good long bias trader. Coin focuses more on the large cap stuff too. Does pretty well at it. So ask away if you guys have any questions for Coin. He's more of a long bias trader and does real well. Triggers in the 1 minute. Okay. Emmanuel is using C Pro. Does it glitch often and shrink the chart in half out of nowhere? It happens to you every single day? Using the application, or are you talking like web-based? Shrink the chart in half out of nowhere. I don't experience that. Do this, Emmanuel. Coin saying he knows nothing. Coin knows a lot. Don't kid yourself. See, the problem with me, Coin, and Kvon at this point is the three of us are fairly stubborn in our ways. And being, I mean, we've at least had 10 plus years in the market. Kvon's 20, Coin probably 20. I don't know. We're fairly stubborn in our ways. And additionally, at this point with the trading, it's more so for the three of us. Like, we know what to do. It's just, are you going to do it? That's the problem. When you've been trading for a while, it's just, are you going to do it? Let's see, Pro. Let's see. My God. Running out of steam, guys. All right, Emmanuel. Let's see. Let's go to do this. Uncheck your fit orders and positions because those have been effing me up. I don't know what it is with the fit orders and positions. Hit the settings gear icon and uncheck the fit orders and positions. Those have been effing me up. I don't know. It's just not showing the orders and positions for some reason. Let's see if that works for you. I don't have the other issue. I don't know what that issue is, though, other than that. When I have those check marked, it, like, scrunches my chart as well. It doesn't look too good. Keith, C-Pro glitches when you try zooming in and out. Yeah, okay, try that and see how it goes on Monday. Yeah, uncheck those, the orders and positions. It may have success there. Coin's got 14 years. Yeah, he's been around a good while. Coin's a well-aged, good-aged bourbon in the stock trading world. Yeah, you guys just wait. Kvon, Coin, and I are going to be trading live this summer. Going to get some fun stuff going on. It's going to be some good it's going to be some good watchable content. Maybe we'll start like arguing on live stream about level 2 and times and sales. I can see it. Getting into some heated debates. We'll have some fun content for you guys. Oh man. It's too funny. Coin told me he's a billionaire paper trader. It's just so aggravating. So aggravating. Coin, if you and Kvon want to do some live stuff this summer, I'll pack up the cameras and we'll do something live. Either at you or at Coin. You got you pretty much both have an office. We can pretty much roll live both of y'all's places if you want. I mean, we can figure something out if you guys want to. Figure something out this summer. Roll some live streams and trade live. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron. Absolutely. Yeah. We're fully transparent in here too, which is a good thing. We figure out we sharpen each other, as Coin said. Went over a lot of good things tonight. Kvon's like, meh, alright. Kvon definitely don't want to trade live. It's like, fuck that. I ain't doing that. Keith, yeah, we're going to throw something against the wall. Shoot. Coin, Kvon, and I, we might be throwing each other against the wall this summer. We'll see. if Coin sends me a shitty alert based off the times and sales, throw his ass against the wall. I'm messing with you. Oh, man. It's too funny. Oh, man. You guys are always down. It's, I mean, you got the guest room here, but it's, I got 2 little kids, man. So, I do have 5 bedrooms. One is a movie room, which has got a 7.1 surround sound system, which I just got set up. It is sweet. Yeah. I mean, there's 2 rooms for you guys. So, and we got Caesar's Palace to go to. God, that would be so much fun. Yeah, Kvon don't want to deal with. I mean, yeah, the kids are a huge part of the life over here, so you guys might not want to deal. You can do whatever you want, Coin. Mi casa is su casa, I think is what I learned in Spanish class. All right. Oh yeah, dude. I told him earlier. I got comps at Caesars, dude. We can literally go stay there for free if you want to. Through the through the end of May. Oh my god, it'll be a blast, dude. If they let us live stream on the floor, what a stream that would be. I mean, I pretty much have comps right now through the end of May. Can stay there for free. So, yeah, if you want to go stay at Caesars with me, man, for free. Casino is an hour from my house. But we'd probably want to stay there because we'd be up probably all night hanging out, gambling, streaming. You know, I got the kids at my house, so we'd probably stay up all night live. We'd be live streaming on the floor. It'd be way too much fun. Day trades of our lives at Kevin's house. Yeah, just one by one, you guys just come through. Day traders of our lives. Yeah, anytime. I mean, look, is anybody in the chat near North Carolina, Virginia? Yeah, Coin, it would. I'm telling you, man, that would be like. Look, don't take this the wrong way, but if I was. I shouldn't go there. That's bad. No, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. That would be fun. Let's just put it that way. That'd be fun. I gotta go to bed too, man. Yeah, Kvon, thank you, man, for staying up. Kvon's way past his bedtime. His wife's about to beat his ass. He was supposed to be in bed like 3 hours ago. No one's near Chicago or the East Coast, huh? Tough. I know. Here we go. We got the whole weekend, Kvon, till Monday. What are we gonna do? Apparently, we gotta do live streams the whole weekend just to get us through. Bob, thanks for doing this, man. The green team shining through late on a Friday night, Friday night. Yeah, late on a Friday night. Appreciate you guys more than you know. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to make sure we're all green. I feel the weight. I feel the responsibility. It's not a bad thing. It helps keep me accountable. I feel the weight, though. I mean, I'm feeling great. I feel the weight and the responsibility. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to meet you guys where you are and helping you find success in this journey. I mean, Coin, Kvon, and I, we got 40 years of experience here combined. We got a ton of experience here, so there's nothing that really passes us by that we haven't seen. And you can already tell by tonight we have gravitated to our own paths that make even conflict with each other in a few different ways, but it's good for you guys. It's good that you see that. You see that and you get to figure out your own trading philosophy. I love it. I love it. I love Coin's been around a while, Kvon's been around a while. They've been brothers. I love seeing their success and the way they trade. We all trade differently. It's not a bad thing. It's just fascinating. It's fascinating, and there's many ways to make money in trading. I might fall asleep like on stream. Would that be funny? Literally just catch me asleep on stream all night. Oh, I can't. What the hell? I need to blow up more often. It's like the only videos that get clicks on YouTube. Bob, slap that ass all on the floor. Oh, man. You guys are too good. This is a great group of people. Kvon always with that joke out of nowhere. Oh man, that's too funny. Yeah, we need a t-shirt. Slap that ass. Why is there anybody in this stream right now? It's 1:15. Gone for 4 hours, guys. Nearly 4 hours. Yeah. Likewise, Bob. Likewise. This is such a great group of guys. I'm winning no matter what. I mean, that's how I feel. I'm optimistic. Got the best group of guys in here, regardless of what happens. Do my absolute best, but I'm winning regardless. All right. The last of this bourbon for the night. Cheers, gentlemen. It's been a great stream. For those that are watching tomorrow, or those that are watching, hell, even like 30 years from now, my ass might be dead. My son's watching this in like 50 years. Son, I love you. If you want to be a day trader, do as I say, not as I do. I know how to teach this. And I'm proud of you no matter what you do. All right, day traders, anything else before we wrap up the night? Friday night, we all love to trade, and we got nothing else to do. We gotta unite. I mean, we gotta talk to. We have to converse with one another. Who else are we gonna talk to? The wives don't get it. They say he's probably thinking about some other girl out there. Shit, no, I got candlesticks on my mind. What you talking about? What you talking about? I'm married to the market. Mr. Jose, hola, Kevin hablas español. Did I say that right? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, hope you learned something tonight. Maybe he'll be a market maker, Kvon. Maybe he will be. Love you guys. We're gonna make it to the top. We are absolutely. Dragging everybody's ass to the top. We're gonna get up there. Anything else before we head out for the night? And on to the Monday. Man, it's a long time without you guys. It's a long time without you guys. Anything else? I know some of you are tired, but you're too disciplined to shut it off. Just like you're too undisciplined to take off a stop or to take off a loser. You're too undisciplined to exit out of YouTube right now. There's a little delay. I'll give you a second. I'm going to hit the head. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, it's going to wrap it up for the night. It's almost 4:20. Keith is about to light up. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, go to the bathroom. I'll be right back and then shutting it off for the night. On that note, Kvon's outie. Outie, Kvon. Thanks for staying in here the entire length of tonight. Appreciate that. Been in here for a while. Kvon's always supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Bob, nights are always 420. All right. That West Coast vibe, 420. Kevin uses 3 rolls for number 2. I get the nice toilet paper, man. It takes, it ain't 3 rolls. I get that. I get that fluffy stuff, that Charmin, that good stuff. That Charmin extra soft, that teddy bear soft, that like toilet paper that's been conditioned, that conditioner. It's getting to be too much. We're getting off topic here. All right, guys. We will see you all live first thing. 3 sheets. Not quite. Not quite. We'll see you guys first thing Monday morning. Love you guys. We will scratch that itch come Monday morning. We'll stay disciplined. Emmanuel reading the kids the bedtime stories. Emmanuel wearing all the hats, man. With that going to Japan soon. I respect you, dude. Putting in the work. For your wife, for the kids. We're going to get there, guys. We're going to the top. Thank you, Emmanuel, for being in here. Keith, Dollar Tree sandpaper. Oh my God. No, I don't need that high grit on my booty. We'll see you guys Monday morning. Talk to you later.